Affecting people now. Okay.
We'll dive into it, man. We'll dive into it. I see a lot of people already in the comments.
Yeah,
So
I saw him in the comments.
yeah,
Guys, in case you didn't know, Mo didn't tell us he wasn't going to be here today, so blame him.
We were sitting here waiting on him.
No,
and then, like, last second, we got a text.
He said he lost his voice, so I don't know.
No, you ruined the bit, Malik. Fuck.
Gosh, darn it.
That was the bit.
See, this is why Omos.
We can still blame him though.
Okay, yeah, it's still yeah.
I mean, it's easy to blame Mo regardless.
Everything's his fault, bro.
Can I get F's in chat for fuck Mo? Let's get F's in chat.
Yeah. Can we get an F Mo in the chat, please? Please, thank you. Can we please get an F Mo in the chat?
That's crazy.
Let's get hashtag we need less Mo. That's what we need. Oh, he's in chat.
Yeah, he's in the chat watching. He's watching the chat. Somebody said that's a fair take. I mean,
Amen.
All right, so we're here today to do a recap of SummerSlam, everybody. Some people listen on the audio for Spotify. People listening on YouTube, watching us, or on Twitch. We want to talk everything SummerSlam, things we liked, some things maybe we didn't like moving forward, or what we see happening. Trent and I were at SummerSlam. I brought Trent as a guest because honestly, I didn't know how many people were going to be on here today because Nate and Mo said they was going to be out. And Lewis been out the last couple weeks with school and stuff too. So I was like, I don't know who all going to show up. So let me just bring in an extra guest just in case, bro. So just in case we happen to miss some people. So the vibes, well, I guess we have two different vibes because some of y'all watched it at home. Some of us were there. So, I mean, the experiences I feel like are always different in person than I guess watching on TV, the way you feel about stuff. I thought the show was great, man. The show was very fun from the start to the finish. Pretty much everything they did was, I thought, all the right decisions. The crowd was really into it. Everybody was expecting the ending, though. So that was, I think that was the most anticipating thing for people. Because I had some people sit next to me who were just like trying to rush through everything. I'm like, you have to wait, bro. Like, they're going to make y'all wait for everything to happen. So it's going to happen. You just got to be patient with it, bro. So everything was great, though, man. I enjoyed the show, being there in person. SummerSlam was a great time too. So if I happen to meet you there, man, appreciate the support. I met a lot of people there. I met a lot of creators there. Met a lot of wrestlers there.
Dakota said you was right next to him. You was in the section right next to him, and he didn't get to see you. That's crazy.
Oh, Dakota, man. I'm sorry, brother. Sorry, man. I met a lot of people, bro. There were some people I met there. Linked up with a lot of wrestlers there too. So I got to meet a lot of wrestlers that were pretty cool to meet.
Because it was WrestleCon, right? Insane.
Yeah. WrestleCon was there. I met the Hardys. Met Trish Stratus, Mickey James. Zilla Fatu was there. He wasn't like confirmed for the convention, but he just pulled up. Like he just showed up out of nowhere. I mean, so
because he knew what time it was.
And then GCW was going on too, so there was a lot of people there from GCW and stuff. So that was pretty cool. There's a bunch of creators there too, like Santi Zap, Weezy Blonde, Tesk, and there's so many people there, bro. There was a lot of people there, man. Sienna, shout out to her, Nate and Minnie, I met them. You know what I'm saying? So
Phil was there too.
Phil was there. I didn't know Phil was there till last minute either, man.
Yeah, I saw Phil last minute.
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of people there, man. A lot of people there. So SummerSlam was great. I guess we could dive. You just want to start from the beginning. I want to start from the end.
Let's start.
Whatever. It don't matter where.
Can we start with the end because it's just. I've been saying it for weeks, dude. When that beat drops, it's going to change lives, and it did. It's just. Can you guys remember? Can you guys remember 9 years ago when Roman Reigns as a babyface would charge up for that? He'd do that ooh-wah, and it'd just be a bunch of boos. Last night, 57,000 strong. Every one of those motherfuckers was going ooh-wah, and it was so cathartic, I have to imagine, for Roman Reigns to come full circle from where he was to where he is now, back to being a true babyface. And to charge up for that spear and to hit the ooh-wah and to have all 57,000 people say it with him. The reaction was great. Keeping the WrestleMania music was the right call. It's so good. The only thing I will say, I mean, everyone's going to, slurp over Roman today, deservedly so. I will just say, though, the match itself maybe suffered a little bit because everyone was kind of saving their energy for Roman to show up. So Cody and Solo kind of dragged a little bit, if I'm being honest. But once the shenanigans started, once the Tongan showed up and you knew everything was about to go down, you were on the edge of your seat and watching. And so it did its job. But my God, It was even better than I expected. And I was expecting to be disappointed because I was hyping it up in my head so much. But it was perfect. It was perfect.
I gotta read this as super chat. This guy says I acknowledge Solo as my tribal chief, and he will beat the bum Reigns. All hail Prince Balor. That might be G's burner right there for the Finn Balor.
It's not me. Trust me, it's not me.
So it makes it interesting though because, I mean, the ending you knew it was coming. I actually liked it. They didn't bring Jimmy out either. I like that Jimmy's still not there, so it makes it kind of interesting seeing when he plays into. I don't know. I didn't like the whole WrestleMania music thing, man. I like the OG theme better.
Really?
I think the WrestleMania theme was cool for WrestleMania, but I was waiting for like that real.
Yeah, because when it hit, I was like, did they change his theme? And then it took me a minute to realize. I was like, oh, it's the WrestleMania one.
They changed it, unless they just did it for that time frame, but.
That's his entrance is going to be even longer now because people are actually going to cheer for it.
Well, here's the thing: they had to change it, right? You can't. The aura for heel tribal chief is going to be so different than the aura for OCT, original tribal chief. So they had to change it, but it's going to be to each their own. I love it. I love the music. I love the change. I still got the beat drop. You know, the boom. That's what I was waiting on. So I don't mind it so much.
That was pretty sick, man. I like the I like what they did, man, with the ending. So now there's a lot of different scenarios they could set up for the future. With Solo, Roman's technically a free agent too, so I mean he might show up on Raw tomorrow for all we know and just explain why he did what he did. You know what I mean? Like he can go wherever he wants to go, I guess. So they're gonna be planting little seeds, you know, from here all the way into Survivor Series. So it's gonna be fun to watch. Interesting to see what Cody does next because, you know, the Randy Orton stuff is there still. So they dive into that next. They play a different route. There's going to be a lot of interesting factors to play into this. One thing that I also thought was interesting, too, when it comes to the bloodline stuff and everything. We know that The Rock, when he left, he said that he was coming after Cody, right? But now I think it's interesting, too, because I think now with what he did, The Rock also kind of has a reason to go after Roman too, because one of the main reasons he went after Cody was because he disrespected his family, you know, quote unquote, even though, you know, they did it first, but he disrespected his family. He didn't like that. Well, I'm looking at it kind of like now is like, is The Rock going to be okay with kind of maybe Roman screwing over Solo to win the title back into the bloodline? Because Roman wasn't there the entire time, you know, so Solo kind of stepped up and tried to take that spot. Roman prevented it from happening. So obviously they're going to be one tribal chief. So it'll be interesting to see what they do in that aspect. Especially with this newer bloodline too. Some people are still assuming Jacob is the spy or something. You know what I mean? Is he working with Roman secretly? So there's going to be a lot of, because he didn't really attack Roman yesterday because they had that knee, you know, thing going on with the announce table. So he didn't assault Roman Reigns as of yet. I'm not saying it will happen, but it's going to be interesting to see what kind of directions they go in. That's what I think. That's one of the main things that makes this bloodline story so cool, is because you honestly never know what direction they could go in so many times. There've been so many times that the storyline was dying, and then they managed to revive it so many times and make it good again. So, and
even right up to the moment that I'm not trying to hijack this whole segment, but even right up to the moment that he slid in the ring, there was that little tinge of who's he going to go for? Who's getting it? You could see him going for the Superman punch, but right up to the last second, I was like, who's getting it? Who's getting it? Who's getting it? And then when he turned to Solo, obviously that was the right call. But yeah, and then the look in his eye when he left, like, oh my God, Solo, why'd you make me do that? Shit,
yeah, I like that too. Like he something that he didn't want to do, and then the little stare down with Cody, kind of like I guess the respect level there. It's like, you know, you're not family, but you cool with me. You know what I'm saying? Like you cool with me, because Solo is doing things beyond boundaries where it's like, you know, you stepping over.
It's just another example of this bloodline. Every time you think the bloodline story is dead in the water, they find a way to supercharge it. It's amazing. It's the bloodline story is one of the craziest things I have seen in wrestling in my entire life, with how consistently good it is, with all of the little story elements they continuously throw in, with how every time you think that it's done and done with, they introduce another aspect to keep it going. It's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, it's never ending, bro. They keep adding layers to it too, and they all got kids. So I mean, it's
they all got kids.
It's a never ending process. G, we'll touch your thoughts on it because you watched it too at home. So
I turned off all notifications, Telegram, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I turned everything off. I ignored all of you and I waited to watch it in the morning so I wouldn't get spoiled. And when I finally did watch it, yeah, kind of like you said, I think we was all waiting to get to the end. You know, it's a Cody match and Solo. One thing I will say, Solo was doing a really good job making this feel like a Roman Reigns match. The slow pace, it's bloodline rules. We know
he did a lot more talking too. He did a lot more talking. Like
and he did.
Yeah.
If you notice in between the match, he did a lot of posing and stuff. Like he did a lot of things Roman does. He's literally a copy and paste, bro.
Yeah, he's been doing that a lot. So when I was watching, I was like, okay, we getting somewhere. I mean, we know the boys gonna come out eventually. So let's get to that. But Solo, my favorite part of Solo is when he lost. He was on the ground throwing the temper tantrum.
He's freaking out. Yeah,
that was my favorite part because I feel like now we about to kind of how Jacob Fatu has that crazed look and all that. I feel like we about to see that out of Solo now. Like in a perfect world for me, how I want SmackDown to end is all four of them dudes going crazy on Roman and put him through a table, and I want to see Solo oh, you took this from me and kind of crashing out, basically. That's what I want to see. Yeah. Because I think Solo's about to we about to see the character work from Solo now. And that's what I've kind of been waiting on. So I'm excited for the aftermath of this. Tribal Chief back, a great moment, great pop, the hoo-wah, all that. Do y'all know that right after his return, in 2 hours, he made the company over $1 million? Oh, yeah. In profits and revenue.
Easily,
bro.
Yeah.
Easily, but just think about that. They made $1 million in 2 hours.
Roman Reigns
off of some Roman Reigns replica title belts.
Roman Reigns is now. That's why I said we've come full circle. Roman Reigns right now is what they wanted him to be 10 years ago. He's the face. He's the blank check that you just sign and hand over and say, "Here's a fucking $1 billion, WWE. Go for it." He's everything Vince wanted him to be.
They're in such a good spot too with Roman and Cody because they're literally the two biggest stars in the company that they can profit off of and build around easily if they wanted to in all aspects. You know what I mean? And it's just like.
And when's the last time they had two baby faces?
And you still got CM Punk, and you still got Seth Rollins, and you still got Jey Uso. My God,
LA Knight too, bro. LA Knight, man, they got
LA Knight,
spot, bro.
Oh my God.
They got a lot of top baby faces right now, man. A lot of top baby faces, a lot of good heels too, but they got a lot of top baby faces right now too, man. It's going to be interesting to see what they move forward because just to say that Roman Reigns in 2024 as a baby face is something that we all want is crazy, bro.
It's insane. It's insane
compared to what we got when he was wearing the vest still and he was the big dog and stuff like that. Like to say that as a baby face, potentially maybe even better than what he did as a heel. Honestly, it's gonna be something to watch.
Well,
bro.
now people are like, "Hey, you gave us the title run, you gave us the character, you gave us the story. It's great." I was one of those because people now that I'm happy that he back, everybody like, "Oh, look at these fake Roman fans." No. I've always been a Roman fan. I was a Roman fan during the dark days. I just know when I just believe stories, all of them have to come to an end. And I think if he would have won this year, you would have been dragging it, right?
Yeah.
So that's all I feel. So
not to mention he's gonna be better off without the championship, bro. Like this whole bloodline storyline can thrive so much without a title, and I think that's what they're set out to prove.
Like, you know what that sound like? Top five. If he do better than this, bro, without the belt,
yeah,
bro. I'm not gonna lie.
But no,
low key, he already kind of pushing that part. I'm not gonna hold you. If we discount Hulk Hogan, because I know a lot of us don't rank him, I'm not gonna lie. You got your Cena, your Taker, your Rock, your Austin. No. I'm saying this is general consensus. That's who people gonna have in there.
You got HBK.
Not gonna hold you.
HBK too.
Yeah, HBK. Roman in there. I'm not gonna lie. Roman. I'm not gonna lie.
I think
give him another year or so of just good stories. He can make an argument for Rock, and he can make an argument for HBK. I'll let Cena, Stone Cold, and Taker.
Why can't you make the argument for Rock right now?
Hey, people, they're not gonna like that.
He's already in my top 10 all time. He entered top 10 all time last WrestleMania when he beat Cody. And
he's top 10 all time.
Yeah,
I think for me, I have to see how the babyface thing does because the big dog run, it wasn't bad to his fault because it was due to the booking that they were surrounding him in. But I want to see how the babyface run goes because the heel run was still great and I really enjoyed it. But I want to see how the babyface run
Malik,
goes.
how many
first.
bad-
Honestly,
Malik-
I'm not worried about the baby.
Malik, how many bad years do you think the big dog has? Because we were just talking about this yesterday. How many bad? I think two.
2018 and 2019 were his worst years for sure. 2015 he was still kind of
It was tedious because like.
But I think after Mania he was fine.
He was still 2015 he was still kind of fresh and trying to figure things out. 2016, 2017 he was good, but it was just too forced where like the fans just weren't going to accept it.
And the problem even during his good years was that even when he was having a good year, he was still getting owned on the mic by John Cena and in the ring by Brock Lesnar. So he never felt like he really punched through that glass ceiling because there was it always felt like there was a limit to what Roman could do. The Tribal Chief broke the hell out of that ceiling.
Because I'm not gonna lie, like 2017 was a good year for him when he beat Taker. I think most of us feel he should have turned heel after Mania, but when Cena cooked him on the mic, I was like, yeah, he's not ready still, bro. Yeah, you can't let that happen, bro. You can't. If you're the top guy, you can't let somebody like that come in and cook you like that, bro. Like you have to, you got to be ready for those moments.
I'll pose a question though, bro, because of course SummerSlam and shit. Are there 3 SummerSlams better than what we just seen?
I think this was a really good SummerSlam, man. This is up there. This is up there for me, man.
Because what I said, honestly, because I know a lot of people who always talk about 97. Am I going to sit here and act like I went back and watched it? No. But I know a lot of people always talk about that one. And then they talk about 02 because 02 was the Triple H, HBK.
Brock Rock. Still just 02 still disrespectfully clears. 02 still.
Yeah. I'm not saying it don't. I'm not saying it don't. I'm just saying after them two.
05.
I'm not like they didn't. You said what?
05 is better. 05 is better. 05 is better.
05. I like 2013. I think is a decent one.
I personally really like 2019. I'm not saying it's better, but 2019 was also a good SummerSlam.
But you could make an argument for this year being a top 5.
This is up there for me.
Is better to say it's top 5?
I think you can make an argument for top 5.
I'm not going to trip if you say it's top. The reason why I like the SummerSlam so much, I don't care how much I personally enjoy it. I prefer the right decisions to be made. The fact that the right decisions were made helped me enjoy the show as great as it already was.
They didn't miss. I'm not gonna lie.
On top of that, the show is great. But me, when I go into shows, I just want the right choices to be made. That's it. But the show is great. You know what I'm saying?
And when you look at it, because usually in all the great pay-per-views, there's always that one match where you go look at like, that stunk up the joint. Probably shouldn't have made that decision, but it might not take away from the whole show. Yeah. This was the first pay-per-view, I would say, under the Triple H regime, where every match, it didn't stink up the joint, but every match was the right decision. And it was at least solid to good. Because unfortunately, you had a couple bathroom breaks on both nights of Mania. And sadly, everybody's favorite Jey Uso and his brothers stunk up the joint. That was whatever you want to call it, was a bad match. So it is what it is, right? But Mania 40, I think, is still the best pay-per-view of the year. If you take out that because it is a Mania, not gonna lie, I don't think there's a pay-per-view better than SummerSlam right now. I'm not gonna hold you. I think SummerSlam is that. If you ignore WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is a whole different deal, I think SummerSlam's pay-per-view of the year. Unless you want to compare it with like NXT's.
I personally have.
What was?
I personally got Backlash.
Logistics.
I think the crowd makes Backlash
look special too, man. I was about to say the crowd. I'm not disagreeing with it, but they was OD like that camera shaking and stuff like that.
I think SummerSlam is up there for me because they made all the right decisions. There wasn't a match that stunk up the joint to me. Being there in person too, everybody was enjoying their time. Everybody was into everything, so they had big moments. You had everything. You had moments that you'll forever go back and look at. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to the people turning on each other or the Roman Reigns comeback, the championship wins.
I enjoyed SummerSlam differently than y'all because for months on this podcast and on other podcasts, I've said a take numerous times and doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down, and I said Gunther utterly disrespectfully and wipes his ass with Will Ospreay. Last night kind of proved me right. Am I right?
No. I agree with you. I've always agreed with you.
Is there anybody who lays claim to the best professional wrestler on planet Earth right now than Gunther?
No,
I'm just trying to tell y'all gotta listen to me, bro. Gunther's he's numero uno right now, man. Y'all better pay attention.
Hey, and since we're on the topic of Gunther, he numero uno in the world, and he got the numero uno. He got the numero uno title on Raw. Thanks to a certain prince look, I sent it in the chat. For all y'all that was on me, y'all disrespected. What y'all call him, Finn Balor?
He's still Finn Balor.
Hey, listen.
He's still Finn Balor.
No.
Last night don't change that.
No. Because I'm gonna tell you why. This is just a start. Because y'all thought Finn Balor forgot. Y'all thought Finn Balor forgot when Damian Priest cost him that world title last year, SummerSlam. Y'all thought Finn Balor forgot when Damian Priest came up there grabbing him by the beard, making him like a bitch. Y'all thought we forgot. We was just buying our time. We had that little run with the tag titles, Grand Slam Finn. Why not add to your accolades? But no. We knew we didn't forget. We didn't forget in France when he was grabbing the beard. We didn't forget when he was shoving them all over the locker room. We didn't forget none of that. So wait. Now hold up, Jay, because I'm letting you know now. I got the vision. Hey, Lewis, unfortunately I didn't watch a live, so I couldn't fantasy book for you in real time. But I'm telling y'all right now. I don't care how it happens. I don't care what we got to move around. Because after this feud, Finn Balor got somewhere he needs to go. Hey, I don't care if it's the Undisputed. I don't care if it's the world.
Goodness.
Finn Balor is going to be a world champion by the time we get to, well, maybe not by 2025, but in 2025. We'll let Gunther have his little run. We'll let CM Punk have his little main event. And then Finn Balor coming with that thing.
Do you see Finn as a Rumble favorite now?
Hell no.
Well, CM Punk.
CM
Punk is still there. Hey, but look, Lewis, here's my only thing. How soon do they do Cody and Randy? Because if they get that out the way before Mania, amen. That's all I'm saying. If they get that out the way before, I feel like the Rumble. I feel like the Rumble winner's going after the world title. I think Cody and Randy, Cody gonna get violated by Randy, bro. That's what I said. When they had that promo, I said I think it's gonna be Cody Randy at Mania. I think they're gonna low-key.
I think so, yeah.
That. But
Amen.
Let
me pause.
There's no time for
pause because I certainly am not going to sit here and talk about Finn Balor at WrestleMania until I see a drastic change in his booking. What I will say, sort of to G's point, is that while we're talking about cinema, and that's what SummerSlam was in my opinion, cinema. The way Braun Breaker beat Sami Zayn, cinema. The opening match, cinema. Both world title matches, cinema. But while we're talking about it, can we all just look back, take a breath, and realize where the Judgment Day story started and then how we've ended it? We all collectively, at this point 3 years ago, gave up on the Judgment Day. Gave up on it because they were like the emo version of Damage Control. All they did was lose. Mm-hmm. And then somewhere along the way, we started realizing that this off-brand, this off-kilter, nerdy partnership between Rhea Ripley and Dom was working. It was working. And then Damian Priest has this Money in the Bank that, again, most of us, including me, had given up on. He cashes it in. Not only does he do it, but he does it the right way. And then he gets solid victories as he goes. And Damian Priest becomes a real world champion. And then all of a sudden we have these story thread elements with Liv Morgan winding in and out. You've got Finn Balor disappearing hotel keys. And suddenly I find myself sad, honestly, that the Judgment Day is done. I'm going to miss the Judgment Day. Now, who knows what Finn and Dom and Liv, if they're even going to be together, if they are, what they have. But it's kind of like when we realized that we were never going to see Roman, Sammy, the Usos, Solo, and Paul all come down the ramp together. It's that realization that we are never again going to see that collection of people with that music and that gear come down to the ring together. And it became a little bit of a meme, right? That, the big star, that what did we all say when CM Punk came? CM Punk's going to be up there and then the Judgment Day music's going to hit, right? it became a little bit of a meme. But to be perfectly honest, I'm gonna miss it. I love where the Judgment Day got to, and it's sad that it's done. It really is.
Because Jay, remember when that first group started out? I'll never forget. AJ Styles, Damian Priest had a match, and it ended because Damian Priest called up to the Purple Lights. I remember that was the dark days with Edge when Cody tore his pec, and they decided instead of turning Rollins babyface like they did in that segment, they decided to make Edge a babyface. We were like, oh dang, Vince is booking Judgment Day. That's not gonna last. But they made it through. Hey, but Jay, I know it's sad, but you want to know why it's okay? And this ain't even about Finn. You want to know why it's okay? Because we're getting Edge and Lita in 2024. We're getting Edge and Lita in 2024 with Dom and Liv. That's what we're getting. We're getting Edge and Lita in 2024. And hey, y'all think my fantasy booking about Finn is Delulu? Give Dom money in the bank next year. Give Dom money in the bank next year. Give Dom money in the bank. Give Dom money in the bank.
I ain't mad at that.
Because now that Braun Breaker is the champion, I can't see Dom winning the main card title. So give him money in the bank next year. Give him money in the bank. I mean,
Chelsea and Dom money in the bank. Let's go. Chelsea and Dom.
See, with the Judgment Day, I don't know if they're fully going to end because I think Damian and Rhea are still going to be tight because they both got screwed and they were always loyal to each other through the whole Judgment Day. Like they're the two originals, you know what I mean, of the group before Finn Balor had come around. Finn and Dom could be in cahoots. Obviously, JD is Finn's tag team partner, so he's gonna go with.
I forgot about JD. Sorry.
So he's gonna go. He's gonna go with Finn. Carlito is kind of just wherever he needs to.
He'll be with Finn. He'll be with Finn.
Carlito
just goes wherever.
Because remember, Finn accepted Carlito. Damian Priest was trying to kick him out.
So I mean, yeah, sure. Carlito can go with Finn and stuff. So it's gonna be very good and interesting to see because I think most people, even though the Roman Reigns return was big, but just being in the crowd, the thing that people loved the most was the Liv and Dom stuff. Like people were like, bro, in the crowd, like, bro, I hope he turns on Rhea, bro. Like they wanted to see it because that's the more interesting story. Liv and Dom is just more interesting than Rhea and Dom at this point. Like Rhea and Dom ran its course and it was good, but the Liv and Dom stuff, there's new layers to that. You know what I mean? There's different layers to that aspect. And it goes with what everything Liv Morgan was saying. She's trying to complete this revenge tour. She took the title. Dom was the last outlet. And we all saw for months, even though Dom was trying to hide it, but he was feeling Liv, bro. He was feeling it. And he didn't want to really accept it until it came down for him to have to choose. He had to pick eventually. And he made his choice. He's like, you know what? I like something new, man. I said this on my TikTok. A man wants what the man wants, bro. He wants what he wants, bro. He decided what he wanted. So
I just want to give appreciation, and this is why even though we talk about it, can't nobody be perfect, and we have been talking about Triple H's lows the past couple of weeks, just making dumb decisions. I'm always going to give credit to his long-term storytelling and his ability to adapt, because I don't think Dak Prescott would have got that win if Rhea didn't get hurt. I think Rhea was going to hold this all the way till SummerSlam, and I don't think Liv was supposed to be the opponent. Because even then, remember, Liv still lost off rip for that title, right? Now, granted, she got Becky at the end of her contract, whatever. They were just kind of stat padding Becky. Yeah. But nevertheless,
I think Liv would have won at SummerSlam. I think she wouldn't have been the champion.
I don't know.
I think Dom would have turned at SummerSlam, and I think Liv would have won. That would have been that would have been the official turn right there.
I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm saying I don't know.
Putting on Finn Balor, got to represent Puerto Rican brothers. Yes, sir. Lewis got a fellow Puerto Rican in the chat.
It's okay. Go ahead.
But no, I was just gonna say when Finn Balor win, y'all don't want to see me. That's all.
When Finn
Balor win in Bad Blood, y'all don't want to see me.
What is he winning?
He's winning nothing. A feud. He's winning a feud.
Yeah, he's winning nothing.
Oh, no, Damian Priest is gonna beat him in the first.
Oh yeah, Damian Priest is gonna beat the bricks off him. Yep.
Logistics.
Maybe
logistics.
It depends because it might be the mix. They might do a little mixed tag match in there too. So
yeah, I think Finn has to win the first match to set the feud. He has to.
Well, regardless, you know when I realized there was two moments last night that caught my eye during this whole all this Judgment Day stuff. The moment that I knew, because I knew Gunther was winning last night. I just had this gut feeling that one way or another Gunther was going over. But the moment that I knew Damian was going to be okay is when he overhand slapped Gunther and made him bleed. I think he's the first person to ever make Gunther bleed. And then the pop that he got when he hooked out of the chokehold and went straight for Finn's gullet. Oh, so good. The other thing too, and wrestling fans, we get made fun of because we get way too attached to this shit, but it's whatever. I had to pause Peacock when I was watching it last night because when Tom was backing down the ramp with that smile on his face and the hair and the mustache and his arm around the girl, I paused it and I was like, that's fucking Eddie. That is fucking Eddie Guerrero backing down. Now, obviously, in ring, Eddie clears. I'm not saying that, but just seeing Dom and his presentation and how they've made him look, and the ladies and the hair and the mustache and everything, it's crazy to me how much Dom, at least his character and his look, now reminds me of Eddie Guerrero.
And honestly,
it's crazy.
That's his real fault. That's his real fault.
For Rhea and stuff too, and I mean the Finn tension has been there for a while with Damien and Finn, right? That tension has been there for quite some time, and with Rhea, I mean, you took a man who turned on his own father, so if he's able to stab his own father in the back, I mean, he ain't loyal to nobody for real. If we're being honest, I mean, this is the man that helped give him life, so if he able to screw him over, ain't nobody really safe for real. So it was kind of really only a matter of time, and I think the storyline aspect, if you really look at it, Liv realistically has treated Dom better than Rhea did, because in the beginning Rhea was beating him up in the ring, choking him out, like abusing him type stuff, like, and then over time, once he came around, they got friendly and stuff, but there's different aspects to why they both value him, and eventually, I mean, maybe Liv turns on Dom where she's like, once over, she's like, I don't need you anymore, like I just wanted to get back at her, you feel me, and I did what I had to do, so it could be one of those type of things, and then Dom, once he realized he messed up, can't go back to Rhea now. That's over. He messed that up. So he's going to be kind of lost in the shuffle. So I'm actually excited to see what direction they're going, because we haven't seen Heelish Dom without Judgment Day yet. So I think he's able to thrive and hang on his own at this stage.
But I think Dom, and what's actually going to kind of be a blessing to him, is that he is never, in my opinion, ever going to be able to be looked at as a babyface ever again. So because of that, he really gets to lean into this basically for the rest of his career. It ain't got to be with Liv, but he's going to be a heel for the rest of his career. Like, maybe he can have like a Miz, maybe like mini run as a babyface, but even Miz now, like he's getting some appreciation. I think the kind of solidified him as a babyface. Every time I look at the Miz, I think heel. Like, it's cool now. I think right now Miz is kind of getting like, well, you're a quote unquote legend now. So like,
he's getting
we're really not gonna. Exactly. Like,
yeah.
So like, we're not really gonna boo you because you're the Miz. We like you. Like, we respect you. But the Miz has always been a heel to me, right? Even when he had that little mini run as a babyface, they didn't take that long putting him back into a heel, right? Yeah. So that's why I feel like when we look at Dom, I think that's gonna benefit him actually, because Rhea, Dom basically was always the one getting booed, and Rhea was always the one getting cheered. I think we knew we saw the seeds of like, hey, they want to make Rhea a babyface. I think considering that it only took them 3 weeks to make Damian Priest a legit babyface, that's credit to them as well, because he was dead a heel during that match with Drew. It was a heel on heel match, and then one promo with Gunther, and all of a sudden he getting beloved cheered. So shout out to them.
Damian's I think with that, man.
Yes, he is. So I think with all that, I think now that you have Dom kind of on his own, really getting heat, like he's about to get like booed for 10 minutes straight, Elias in Seattle.
He's not.
He might get booed even more now because
this is also going to do wonders for Liv Morgan, by the way.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because she's going to play more.
That's got to win, man. We love it.
I look at it too, Dom turning on his father made him an ultimate heel, but Rhea's so beloved, bro. Like, when him and Liv come out together on Raw together, bro, it's going to be.
They have to open the show. They have to open the show.
They have to. And by the way, respect to Rey Mysterio, obviously one of the best luchadors of all time, was never. I think even in 2006, maybe that's the only point where he came close. But I don't think Ray was ever as over as Rhea Ripley is right now. Rhea Ripley, my God, I think maybe the most popular women's superstar, with exception maybe to the man in 2019 of all time. I don't know if I've ever heard a female wrestler get pops the way that Rhea Ripley does. Everywhere she goes.
No, yeah, you're right. Rhea Ripley is literally the closest thing to Becky Lynch since obviously 2019. The closest thing to it.
And before that, we had never seen it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like I say all the time, 2018 and 2019, that was the most horrific era probably of WWE in since the 2000s. The only bright spot was they made somebody who was literally the only woman to ever be the face of the company. Becky Lynch to me is the only woman to ever be the face of the company, and that happened during the dark eras. Yeah, so like, sorry, Charlotte.
So the other stuff that happened on the show, I said my predictions, not on here, but there was one person to me who needed to win more than anybody at SummerSlam, and that was LA Knight. Because if he didn't win at SummerSlam, I was like, he might be cooked for like out of everybody on the show. He was the one person to me who needed to win the most because they had dragged, his push, for a year, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, you know what, they dragged it long enough. They dragged it long enough. He's still popular. Logan Paul is more hated than ever at this point. He might be the only guy that can go to his hometown and full of a stadium where like maybe 5% of the people actually cared and wanted him to win. Like they did not like him at all. So, and kudos to Logan Paul too, man, because he's still great in the ring. That freaking springboard moonsault, like whatever he did, that backflip shit he did.
I thought he was gonna slip. I thought it looked like he was gonna slip. His feet were not on the ropes all the way. Like it looked like he was gonna slip.
I didn't know what he was doing at one point, and like I was like, man, that was cool. But I love how they set up the ending too when he went for the buckshot and then he countered into the BFT. That was great right there. I like how they did that stuff. And LA Knight might have, other than Roman, he might have got the biggest pop of the night when he hit that 1, 2, 3, bro. Crowd went bananas, bro.
On a serious note on that, before I get into LA Knight, Logan Paul probably needs to go away for a little bit because listen, I know everyone's got their own beliefs, and I'm not going to get into that on the show. This isn't the place for it, but Logan just needs to understand the position that he's in, and he needs to know better than to publicly get involved in a debate like he was getting involved in. There was just no need for that. He needed to keep his mouth shut, and he didn't. He needs to go away for a little while because he's going to be a bad tar stain. WWE, we just talked about it, has so much good shit going for it going forward, so much popularity, so many over baby faces. Logan Paul for the next couple of months is going to be a tar stain. He just needs to go away for a little bit. But as he continues to do in the ring, every time he goes out there, he pulls something out that I've never seen before. I have never seen anyone transition from a springboard into a reverse springboard into a moonsault to the outside of the ring. I've never seen that. So again, he is a tremendous in-ring talent. I just wish he would keep his mouth shut. But LA Knight, yes, LA Knight was the right decision. Malik, you are absolutely right, and I 100% agree with you. Even Braun Breaker, to a point, if he had somehow lost last night, probably still would have been okay. LA Knight, it was make or break last night with LA Knight. Either use it or lose it, and they used it. The match did what it was supposed to do, and I thought that it helped LA Knight look really smart as a babyface too, because LA Knight still tried to go, or I'm sorry, Logan Paul still tried to go for the brass knucks, and LA Knight scouted it, saw it coming. And if there's one thing WWE sometimes fails to do, it's to make their baby faces look smart. Last night, LA Knight looked cool, charismatic, and smart. And now let's just see what they do going forward. But yes, last night was much needed.
I'm just glad.
Dakota, when you said Logan Paul needs to go away for a minute, Dakota was like, he's been away. And I'm like, damn.
That's true.
Bro, that title reign he had was hot shit. I'm just so glad it's just off him now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
remember when y'all really, really, really wanted him to be the one to take off
y'all.
No, you was part of it too.
Y'all.
That was still a good decision. They didn't do.
Yeah, it was a good.
His title reign.
It should have been Santos, in my opinion. Hindsight, I know hindsight 2020, but it should have been Santos to take it off as a heel.
His title reign served the purpose of what WWE really hindsight wanted to do. Like I don't think he was ever supposed to be a champion that we liked. It was more for publicity for the company and what he can do with the championship to bring it everywhere and stuff like that. Because
I'm not gonna lie,
they make those business.
He could have got that Prime logo on the thing just because.
No, it's not even just about that, bro. It's more than that. Like there's stuff that goes on in business that we will never understand because we're not into it. So they're gonna have to make those decisions that fans just aren't gonna like sometimes. That's just part of what WWE.
And by the way, again, just from my own standpoint, Malik, I didn't mind anything they were doing with Logan Paul. I didn't mind Logan Paul at all. I loved watching Logan Paul up until the last couple of days when he started opening his mouth on X when he didn't need to. He should have stayed out of that shit. No one needed to hear it from him. He can have his beliefs, but he needed to read the room a little bit. Made very obvious by the fact that post was then deleted. So WWE obviously said, hey, Logan, come on, man. We got this big show coming up. You're a primary focus on it. We can't have people talking about this shit. Just please delete that. And he did. So he obviously was feeling the heat from WWE. But all the way up until that happened, I was enjoying everything about Logan Paul. I didn't even mind so much that he was away because we had Cody Rhodes there. So I didn't really mind it so much. But yeah, anyway, regardless, LA Knight was the right decision. Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with LA Knight because now he can help save that mid-card division on SmackDown, which they need a champion. You know what I mean? They need a champion that can be up there. And now they got Cody and LA Knight, they're two top baby faces on SmackDown as their champion. So I mean, you know, hopefully this could be in a better direction because SmackDown still has no depth, but at least now they have the U.S. title back, which could add some more layers to.
I mean, they've been doing a little something, and I think they're really gonna. And I think because SmackDown is a 2-hour show, I think they're gonna hide their depth, based off of this women's division and the tag. They just put Blair Davenport with, which I didn't mind. I just felt like it came out of nowhere because I could have swore Blair Davenport was feuding with Naomi. So that kind of
Naomi is tight with Jay Cargill and Bianca too, though. So
So hey, look, we gotta have a women's War Games match eventually, right? So that's fine. So I get if that's how they're gonna do it, but like, dang, Bianca Belair feuding with another 3-4 person group again to set up a War Games. Kind of over that, but it is what it is. But yeah, I think they're gonna hide their depth of the mid card with the women's division. I mean, I think Alba Fire, Isla Dawn. I think they're doing good work. I really wish they wouldn't have won DQ. I wish Blair Davenport would have just cost them and they actually got a pinfall victory as opposed to being a DQ. But nevertheless, I think Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, they're pretty much done as a tag team. I think eventually we're going to get the same story we got at NXT, just to a lesser degree. I think a split is coming because there's no way you guys are back-to-back transitional tag champs, bro. Like, come on, bro, lock it. So I think SmackDown is going to be in a much better space. Especially now that Cody can kind of go do his own thing away from the bloodline now. I think because obviously Solo and Roman with the eventual reunion of the whole group, I think Cody can now focus on his next feud, which I don't know who the hell that's going to be because they haven't built anybody up other than Solo. Who are the main event heels on SmackDown? I don't think there is.
Well, right now, but they'll have to turn Randy Orton. I mean, besides the bloodline, nobody else right now. So they're gonna have to turn some people.
Dang, SmackDown don't even have a main event heel. Like, that's tough.
Lewis, you know, for the last 2 years, I've been saying Gunther is the best wrestler in the world. So it wasn't you who just believed him. I think the best wrestler in the world is going to be subjective to what people see. Because I mean, everybody's gonna like different things. So Gunther is definitely in that conversation, though. I mean, I don't. Going back to the Gunther situation, I'm genuinely surprised. Some people are surprised that he actually won. I'm like, bro, if y'all have been paying attention for years, bro, everybody, you know, has their guys, right? When Vince was in charge, he had Hulk Hogan, he had The Rock, Brock Lesnar, you know, Cena, Roman Reigns, like people who were his guys who he either wanted to make the face of his company or people he knew who wanted to centerpiece around his top guys to build the company around, right? So he knew he had his guys. But realistically, like Gunther, bro, like Gunther is a Triple H guy, bro. That has been clear since NXT. And if you watched NXT UK, you would have known that, bro. Like Gunther is a clear-cut Triple H guy that he's been fully invested into for years, bro. And he wants to make Gunther a top star. He wants to solidify him as a top guy. So Gunther is going to be a main event star in the era for some years to come, bro. That seed has been planted for some years.
And buckle in, by the way, because he's not losing that title until at least Mania.
I think because
I think he goes.
We always talk about how. Well, I don't know because we keep talking about how stubborn Triple H is. We'll see if
No,
CM Punk is still his plan. But no, I'm just saying we'll see.
Gunther gonna smack him.
I mean,
No,
I know you hope for that. Jade. I'm not saying it wouldn't be crazy.
Gunther doesn't lose that belt until he becomes the longest reigning heavyweight champion. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean,
that's been his niche. He's the longest reigning UK champion. He's the longest reigning IC champion. He's gonna be the longest reigning heavyweight champion.
I'm assuming the longest reigning is Seth. How long did he hold it for?
Like 3. It wasn't a year. It was close, but
I'm gonna look that up because Seth Rollins didn't win that World Heavyweight title till what, the Crown Jewel, one of the Saudi shows. That was after SummerSlam. That was after SummerSlam. So if Gunther
that was before SummerSlam. That was before SummerSlam.
Was it?
Yeah, he almost cracked 365. He almost did.
Yeah, because then he defended at SummerSlam.
Yeah, against Finn. It was against Finn.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that could be the case. I'm not even saying I'm gonna disagree with you.
Plus, with WWE logic, this new world title isn't the same as the old world title. You know
yes, it is. It has. Oh, well, yes and no, because they said it was gonna have the same history. At least that's to my knowledge. They said it was going to.
No, it's not. It's two different. I think 2 different lists. You know that
one. Okay. I mean,
that one was retired. This is a new one. So
we could double check that. But one thing I will say,
316. Yeah, Gunther's going past 316.
Dang. He probably. I hear what you're saying, Lewis, and I don't disagree with you. I just know, like I believe people's tendencies don't change. They just get exceptions and anomalies. I think Triple H at his core is a stubborn booker with anomalies such as Cody Rhodes. He didn't give, to me, Sami Zayn winning the IC title was always his plan. But realistically, the audible should have been Gable. And I think with the story they tried to tell on TV, more believable and intriguing aspect than Sami Zayn doing it. Because Sami Zayn, it's hard for me to believe you're an underdog when you just ended 2 longest reigns ever, back-to-back Manias. Chad Gable, on the other hand, that was your first single title, right? So that's why I feel like Triple H is a stubborn booker. And as much as I believe Gunther is a star, best in the world, as much as I believe all that, I don't know, man. Something in my gut is just telling me he's going to find a way to get CM Punk that Mania win. I don't know. Because he was going to get it last year. Drew, I'm glad you got your moment and all that. But that was supposed to be Punk.
CM Punk didn't get the win last night.
He didn't, but he's going to win the feud. He's going to win the triple threat. I think CM Punk is winning the triple threat match at Bad Blood.
I don't think the WrestleMania match changes with Punk. I still think it's him and Seth. I don't think.
Which doesn't need a title, by the way, and even could main event without the title. That match could even main event without the title.
Because realistically, I think they're going to try to do, I think the Mania match if he's still the world champion by WrestleMania, I think it's going to be Lesnar, and that's the match he has to be Lesnar.
Oh no!
That's going to be the world title match right there because he's going to need a big opponent to face, and if you have Gunther versus. If you have Seth versus Punk, that doesn't really need a title. You could run Drew, but they've already done that. You know what I'm saying, for the IC title. And Lesnar versus Gunther has been the match people have been waiting for too. So
then let me ask y'all a question.
And Lesnar versus Gunther, by the way, is an awesome opener. Like if you one open with Lesnar versus Gunther, that'd be sick.
That is a great opener. So let me ask y'all a question, right? And I feel like I've asked this same iteration of question before, but I'm gonna do it now. So we are in the beginning of August. We are 4 days into August. Do y'all think that they can tail the CM Punk Seth Rollins feud all the way till Mania?
Yes, easily.
With Drew McIntyre still involved, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, with Drew still in it. Yep.
Yeah, they can do it.
Drew and CM Punk dragged it out with Seth barely being there. Now that Seth is
and Punk wasn't even wrestling.
Here, but that's the thing, though. I think it can stretch out.
Well, that's why I feel like they was able to stretch it out. If CM Punk had been cleared earlier, I don't think they would have been able to go 3-4 months without a match. But we all knew CM Punk was hurt.
I don't think Punk is consistently wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with Lou. I don't think when they signed Punk, and listen,
I don't expect him to be a TV guy. I don't.
Yeah, no. I think Punk, all he was ever good, because even before he got hurt, remember, it was always 2 weeks ahead of time. Oh, CM Punk's coming back to address the universe. I don't think CM Punk was ever going to be a week-to-week wrestler. So I think, in my opinion, even if he hadn't gotten hurt, I think they're probably telling a variation of the same story. And Punk just...
My only thing is, I don't think he would have been like an every week wrestling guy, but I think he would have been there every week because if he doesn't get hurt, I think he's the world champion. So you ain't got to wrestle every week, but you'd at least be. They went like months with CM Punk not even being on the show, like not even no promos, no nothing. Well, I won't say months. That's dragging it. They went like weeks, and I think because he was hurt, I think you can do that. I think the main event of Bad Blood is the triple threat Hell in a Cell match. That's what I think the main event of Bad Blood is. So I think I'm not saying they. I'm not. I think they are. I think they are. I think. Me personally, I think that's why Seth Rollins came back. Because remember, his back. I think his back is still fucked up. His knee might be fine, but I think his back is still fucked up. I think Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell.
It might be a triple threat.
Hold on. Wait, G.
I think it's. Well, either way, I think they're main eventing. Either way, I think whether
there's no way Cody doesn't main event.
Bad Blood.
G, there's no way Cody doesn't main event his hometown, bro.
What are you talking about?
He's from Georgia.
Ain't he from Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about Bad Blood?
Yeah.
It depends on who he faces.
Well, not to mention too, though,
because if he's not facing somebody big and he's just facing a challenger, he damn sure ain't main eventing over Punk, Drew, and Seth. It's literally called Bad Blood. You can't just have Cody and some regular.
I think we might get at Bad Blood.
There's another few you might talk about. It depends on. They could do Roman and Solo at Bad Blood too. That's
I think
okay, and that's fine because it's Roman Reigns. That just goes to the point more. Cody don't have to main event that show. He don't. He don't have to main event it.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't have to main event, but I'm saying if it's a good enough opponent, he's going to main event over the triple threat.
I don't know because this is literally bad.
And in all fairness, he's the champion too.
And also he is the champion, but blood. This is literally the first Bad Blood.
This is the first blood.
I'm not saying I disagree with you, but Trent.
So Trent, why wouldn't you main event it? I'm not saying this logic is wrong. Look, why wouldn't you main event it with a blood feud?
This is the first Bad Blood pay per view since when? Come on,
90 something or 2000, whatever, or 2000, whatever it was.
I'm not gonna lie. Cody's not just gonna be facing just regular schmegular on this Bad Blood.
Hold on. Let me say what I was gonna say. Because this changes this whole conversation. We're all sitting here assuming that it's gonna be, Cody has to defend his title. What if we're dealing with Cody and Roman versus Solo and Jacob Fatu? If that's the match, that's the main event. Yeah, that's the match, that's the main event.
And so Jay, Trent, to y'all's point, if Cody, that's why I said I feel like if Cody's teaming with Roman, that's the main event. But just for me, just the way obviously we won't know till we get to SmackDown because I think the first SmackDown after a pay-per-view is like the best show to tell us what road we're going to next, right? So if that comes to be the case, we end up seeing Roman and Cody team with each other. That's fine, right? I'm cool with that.
I think y'all got it wrong. I don't think Cody and Roman are going to be connected with each other, Jade. I don't see that. What I see is Jacob and Solo, and I see Roman and Jimmy. Jimmy embodies what Bad Blood is supposed to be because he got taken out and he's going to want to get it back in blood.
And I think it's Roman and Jimmy. Y'all. So if Roman Reigns is going to be at the pay-per-view, I am not going to disagree that Roman Reigns will be the main event because it's Roman fucking Reigns. He's the biggest star. I'm never going to argue y'all that. Like, I think Roman Reigns in his whole run was not the main event like 3 times in 4 years. Like 3. And like, even then, we could have argued he still could have been, right? So all I'm saying is,
you wanted the Goldberg match to main event?
No, not that one. If they would have had a clean finish, I wouldn't have been shocked if Roman and Seth main evented the way that story was set up. But if they would have had a clean finish, but my whole thing overall with my point, even if it's not the main event, I think it is going to be. I think Bad Blood, they're bringing it back. I think this blood feud is the longest told feud that they have on TV right now. The Seth Punk and Drew is the longest told story they have. So for me, it ain't got to be Hell in a Cell, but I definitely think there's going to be a no DQ type of match between the three. whatever the case, right? So
let me quickly respond to what Lewis said before it gets lost in the sauce. Because Lewis, if you were running WWE, I could jive with what you're saying as far as Cody and Roman not, because the story makes more sense. We're not talking about story if we're talking about Cody and Roman teaming up. We're talking about money. We're talking about WWE being able to run advertisements for 3 weeks in the lead up to a pay-per-view saying, watch this pay-per-view, get Peacock, Cody and Roman are tag teaming. It's just like when they sold the Royal Rumble 10 years ago or whatever it was when The Rock and John Cena teamed up, right? They didn't have it. They didn't have any business in a match with The Miz versus R-Truth, but they weren't selling it on the story with The Miz and R-Truth. They were selling by this pay-per-view John Cena and The Rock teaming together.
That could play into
and that I agree with your logic, Jade, 1,000%. I understand the money aspect of it, 1,000%. So what's it called? Even if that does happen and Seth and them don't main event, because I don't see how they don't have a match at Bad Blood, whatever the case. This is the longest told story. It's already been going since Survivor Series last year. So November of 2023, this is pretty much when this story started, right? Me personally, if they have a match at Bad Blood, triple threat, solo, whatever the case, that's October 5th. So we got about 2 months to get there to the day. I personally don't know if they can have Drew, Seth, and CM Punk, all three, do something separately and then come back in whatever iteration by the time we get to Mania. I'm not saying Seth and CM Punk can't be the Mania match, and you guys are right. It doesn't need a title, and it can main event because it's been a story that's been told for so long. I do not disagree on that aspect, right? I just don't know if they can stretch it out too much longer. This ain't the Bloodline now. You know what I mean? Like, the Bloodline there was like, bro, I don't know how they're going to stretch it out now, and they find a way. I don't know how they're going to do this because I don't see Bad Blood being the pay-per-view that isn't, like, maybe not the immediate payoff, but it's definitely going to be the triple threat. I think that's automatic. It's got to be the triple threat. Like, there's no way it's not. Because I think whatever next match Punk and Drew have, Seth is somehow going to be involved again, and Punk is going to get the win this time. You know, all that. I just don't see this Bad Blood pay-per-view happening without the triple threat. And so if they have the triple threat, I don't know how they stretch it out to Mania. I just can't see it. Unless, because War Game, like, we got Survivor Series, Rumble, unless you do a spot where CM Punk eliminates Seth or one of them eliminates the other and they pull each other out. I don't know. But I can't see.
Listen, my final point on this, Gene, when you're talking about I can't foresee them stretching something out. If you had told me 4 years ago that the Bloodline stuff was still going to be going 4 years later, I'd have committed you to an insane asylum. Because back then I could have never seen a story in WWE going 4 years and still being interesting. So I'm just saying that the principle has been thrown out of the window. Anything is possible now because of what they did with the Bloodline stuff, because of what they did with Cody. If you would ask me, in fact, we were on this podcast, and anyone who asked me, is Cody going to win at WrestleMania or not? I said, there's no possible way Cody doesn't win. And he didn't. So it's just, anytime you're talking about, this can't possibly happen, WWE has completely thrown the rule book out of the window over the last 4 years. So I don't use that as my basis for what I'm predicting anymore.
And on top of that, I would agree if it was anybody else in this triple threat, but this triple threat has three of the greatest storytellers we have in the entire company. So I'm not too worried about them finding a way to stretch it, because if they really want to, they can ask Punk, hey, you think AJ would like to be on screen for a little bit? We could have Punk invade Drew's home since Drew wants to get really personal. There's different avenues you can go about it. So I'm not really too worried about them stretching it out.
I mean, so then we can move on after this. So I'll just
plus
I do understand.
We're looking at Bad Blood. We got Bash in Berlin in 3 weeks. We have to consider that too, because we don't know what the landscape is going to look like after Bash in Berlin. It could be completely different from now.
I mean, you're right, and again, that's why I said I'm not disagreeing with y'all's logic, y'all's points. I understand 100% where y'all coming from, and I don't disagree with y'all. And Jade, I know I'm saying it a lot, but I guess the only reason, the bigger reason why I don't see them coming out isn't really because I just don't see them doing it, is that CM Punk has gone through a match and as far as we know is not injured. So I think they're going to want to use him and wrestle a little more on more pay-per-views. And I can't see CM Punk moving on to something else until he handles this, because Drew, even after he won, still took the bracelet. So I don't think Punk is doing another thing until he gets his hand on Drew again. Like, and that's the only reason I'm saying. I think they're going to have matches in sequence right now to where the feud should be blown out, like paid off by then. The winner of the feud should be figured out by the time we get there.
But again, in storyline, CM Punk may not.
I'm sorry.
All I was going to say real quick is that in storyline, you're talking about CM Punk isn't going to do anything else. He may not have a choice because Seth Rollins coming after that bitch, because CM Punk made Seth Rollins look like a dick in front of the entire wrestling universe. So Seth Rollins is going to want a piece of CM Punk, whether Punk wants a piece of him or not. So,
and let's also keep it a buck. Another way they can really stretch this out, we all know eventually the three of them are going to get into a big-ass brawl, and we all know a suspension is going to end up coming. So,
yeah.
Again, I'm not too worried because once they tell them that all three of them are suspended, that's them telling us that they're gonna stretch it out. That's a way for them to stretch it out for a couple of weeks.
Well,
so I'm not too worried.
So can I just ask for clarification? Because Jade, I don't remember if you're the one who said this or if I heard this from someone else. So I'm going to ask you for clarification. Did you feel in this story that you were kind of like, all right, let's get to the match? Like you were kind of tired of the costing each other back and forth and all that? Was that you who said that? Or
no, that wasn't me. No, I honestly, feelings for CM Punk aside, understanding that they were waiting for CM Punk to get cleared, I thought they handled it as best they possibly could. I was enjoying, especially since Drew was normally coming out on top.
That was Mo.
Oh, that was Mo who said it? Okay.
That was Mo. I think for me personally on that end, I just felt like, holy shit, you did everything you possibly could in Punk's situation to cost Drew anything. Now I feel like the next thing has to be the match because there's nothing else you can really do from the point they're at. But now that Punk is actually back wrestling and Seth is actually back, there's different ways you can stretch it out. Now that Punk is clear for physical contact, you can write him off TV.
And by the way, we haven't said it yet because we got so caught up talking about the future. But the storytelling in this match with Drew and Seth and Punk,
cinema,
all credit. But the fact that Punk has spent the last month, 2 months, whatever it's been, telling Drew McIntyre, your weakness is that you keep getting distracted and you can't focus on the prize, only for Punk to turn around and be so caught up with Rollins that it costed him the victory against Drew. My God, that is Emmy level storytelling.
It was the bracelet. That's really what it was. It was the bracelet. Like that. Every time he saw that bracelet, he just completely forgot. And you're right, Jade. That is immaculate storytelling because keeping it going, that was the same thing Drew did to Seth. Drew was like, Seth, you're worried about The Rock, Roman, all this stuff. You're not focused on me. That's what's going to cause you to lose. But what he do? Come out there, get Claymore'd off the rip and lose. And then Drew not focusing on Punk or whatever, got cashed in on. So you're right. This is immaculate storytelling. Once Seth Rollins put the bracelet on, I was like, okay, Punk is losing.
Jade loves when Punk.
Which by the way, Seth, like, I'm not gonna lie, Jade, and kind of to your point, how CM Punk just made Seth look like a dick on national TV. Yeah, Seth, because he was talking about, I just picked it up. I just picked the bracelet up off the ground. No, you fucking didn't. No, you didn't. You knew damn well he was gonna get distracted by that bracelet, seeing it on your hand, and you kind of got some satisfaction in that. Like, yeah, I'm not buying that one bit, Seth.
I like the storytelling within that match. I also like how they paid homage to the 1997 match between Brett and Taker with Shawn Michaels as the referee, Punk coming out in the Brett gear, Drew coming out like the Taker gear, and then Seth kind of wearing the same kind of little bit of a own spin to it with the Flash, but kind of the same attire that Shawn wore when he was the special guest referee. They even had a spot in that match where when Shawn hit Taker with the chair, they kind of repaid that and everything. So they had a little spot where they kind of teased that in the match. So that was really good storytelling. And that was like the anniversary of that same SummerSlam show too. So that was pretty cool to see. They had a little homage in that aspect and playing within the story aspect. So this storyline has a lot of layers to it that we haven't even seen yet. There's so many directions that can freaking go in with. We can go here, because Drew won the match, but Punk, took out Seth for a minute, so there's going to be aspects within that, and of course the triple threat you think is going to happen at some point. So everybody has issues with each other, and everybody's going to have beef where eventually, there's going to have to be an ulterior where somebody's going to have to win it in the end. But they can stretch this out for a while, man. Like I said, I agree with what a lot of you guys were saying. They think they can stretch it out to WrestleMania if they wanted to. Not saying the triple threat exactly, but definitely Punk and Rollins. I mean, I still believe that's going to be a WrestleMania match, whether it has a title or not.
Let me say one more thing about Punk, and you guys are going to love this, but I'm always honest on this show, right? I was honest when I said
Punk today. Is that what we're getting?
Listen, just hold up. I was honest when I admitted to be wrong about Nia Jax. I was honest when I said that I'd come around on Chelsea Green. I still that nothing has changed about my belief with CM Punk. I still don't believe in him at all. This is just, but for that moment when he came out in the pink gear, right, and he stood up and he did the thing. Just for a second, it reminded me of 2011 when everyone loved CM Punk because I loved the pink gear back then. I used to love when he wrestled in the pink gear. That was my favorite Punk gear. So, but there was a moment when I was like, God damn it, CM Punk! If you could just not be an asshole, I would love to be rooting for you right now. I'm just glad that they finished the match. Honestly, Punk doesn't appear to be injured. He got a little bit gassed early on, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, just there was a moment in that match for me where I almost remembered what it was like to not want to see CM Punk get his head kicked off. But it was just for a second, and then it went away. Just for a second.
Jay, can I know we got to move on because I know we've been talking about this a lot, but I genuinely want to know because I don't know if you've ever told the story or maybe you told it like before I came around. What really was the moment where you were like, I'm done with CM Punk? Like, what was it for you? Because I know it had to lead up to something. Yeah.
Now it was so he left in 2014, right? And then he did the interview with Colt Cabana, and at the moment, I just like everybody else was like, holy shit, I can't believe they did this to him. Fired on his wedding day, Z packed him, made him shit himself on an episode of SmackDown, all that stuff. But then the fact that he was perfectly healthy and ready to go, and the crowds every week were chanting CM Punk, CM Punk, CM Punk. It wasn't really that anything happened, G. It was just at some point I gave up on him. I just gave up on him. And then when he came back in 2021 and everyone hailed him like the second coming of the wrestling messiah, and me, myself, I was like, what has he proven to us in the last 7 years that he can even still go? And then to see him in AEW consistently get hurt and consistently be causing problems, and for everyone to just be throwing themselves on the altar to defend CM Punk, and it's everybody else's fault but Punk's. It got on my nerves and it got under my skin. So it's not CM Punk the man. It's this concept and this belief that everyone has that CM Punk is still one of the best in the world. He's not. He's not still one of the best in the world. Like I said, he went out there with Drew McIntyre, and it was okay. It was better storytelling than it was wrestling, and he got gassed 5 minutes in. It's just I don't look at CM Punk with the same rose-colored glasses, and I'm not talking about you guys specifically, but just in general, the masses, right, the universe or whatever, seems to view CM Punk to these rose-colored glasses, and I took those glasses off about 6 or 7 years ago. So I'm just done with CM Punk, and to me, in my opinion, regardless of how much money he's going to make you based on his name, from a wrestling perspective, to me, he's just another guy. And so what he does in the ring may be good. The storytelling obviously may be good, and in this case, it absolutely is. But I don't look at CM Punk the same way everyone else does.
So it was more so CM Punk fans acting like Cowboy fans and hyping up the Cowboys more than what they really should be. Yeah. And they kind of got to you eventually, because then you have to kind of watch him literally fail, in your opinion, every year, but then still hyping him up like he's still this guy.
And then one action that did bother me for a lot was him randomly showing up on that WWE backstage thing. Like, you're good enough to take money from WWE, but you're not good enough to give the fans what they wanted to go out there and wrestle for them. I just that.
Wait! Are you talking about that little show he did with like Paige?
Yeah, with Paige and
Renee, I mean,
yeah.
Well, word through the grapevine is WWE didn't want to hire him, but Fox did. That's why that kind of came into fruition.
Yeah,
I get your point though.
I'm gonna get some of these super chats real quick. Let's see. Jacob is in a walking boot. If he's out for long, what do y'all think the pivot will be?
That sucks. If it's real, that sucks.
I mean, I know Malik, you was at the show, so you probably couldn't see the angle.
No, we saw it. We saw it.
No, I'm just saying like how his leg got hurt is like literally if this is the edge of the table right here, his shin hit directly on it when he landed. So he didn't land on top of it. Yeah, I think he's fine too, but he didn't land directly on top of it. He kind of landed like towards it, and his shin caught like the brunt. Because as soon as he landed, he went and grabbed his shin. So it was like I had to rewind it, but I think he is fine. I don't think none's broke because he was still walking. They're probably playing it safe. And let's be real, it's not like they ain't used that Freebird rule before. We'll just get Gorillas of Destiny defending the titles. I mean,
Tongaloa seems to be cleared for in-ring. Yeah, he seems to be cleared for in-ring.
So did Kevin Owens really hurt him? That's why he's wearing the eye patch? I thought that was just
that's part of it. Yeah. I mean, he might be hurt. He hurt him. The eye patch is part of the story. Yeah. The eye patch is part of it, but I don't know. I can't confirm or deny anything. So
poor Tongaloa. People look for any little thing to like make fun of him with the botching thing. Like, bro, the dude's wearing an eye patch. Like, he can't see where he's going. Like cut the guy a break.
But I will say, I just started laughing at myself because the memes and the TikTok videos though of like, I did this and I did this, and then it shows him and it's like, I do fucking shit. They're so funny. They're so funny.
It's hilarious. But poor Tongaloa, man. The dude's wearing an eye patch. He gotta back somebody in the corner and he can't see on the other side. Like,
it just sucks because it looks like Patchy the Pirate is up there trying to wrestle and like you kind of doing it to yourself, man. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you.
This super chat right here. When do y'all see Cody going heel? Not saying face Cody
is
great,
but tired of this question. I'm tired of this.
It'll happen eventually. I mean, he's already kind of teased little bits of it.
After Mania next year, I think that's when it happens.
I think it'll happen naturally. I think the second they start to lose even 5% of the crowd, I think they're going to pull the trigger. Honestly, but I mean, again, he's still wrestling in front of 57,000 people singing his song last night, so it's not like they have any reason to turn him. But naturally, as the crowd starts to get sick of the gimmick and everything, he'll
when the Super Cody starts getting louder than like 5% and it starts turning into 10, 12, which I think is going to happen after Mania. Because again, I'm assuming Cody Randy is still the Mania match. So when it happens after Mania, we're going to start getting them little Super Codys. They're going to start being a little louder. He's going to have I've been saying, this is why like when Malik and Mo and all that was saying like, oh, they're going to hold it to Survivor Series. That man holding that bitch still making it. Like, he's getting the 365. So once the 365 happens and all that, that's when we're gonna start to see Homelander, because they're gonna start they're gonna start turning on him a little bit because the kids still love him, but you know how it goes.
Yeah, I don't know if I look at it differently. I don't think the people are gonna turn on him at this stage. I feel like they would have been done it. I don't think the people are gonna get tired of whatever he does. I feel like it should be one of those scenarios where he's so beloved, he just turns, like, it just crushes everybody's spirit. You know what I mean? Just like basically what people had wanted Cena to do. Even though Cena was a tweener and people had loved and hated him for so long, there were so many people who idolized him. Like, imagine being a little kid growing up and Cena just, joins the Nexus and he's a part of it, or he turns heel against The Rock, or whatever they want to do. Like, him actually fully turning heel and people are still looking up to him. I think they're going to do that with Cody Rhodes eventually. I'm not sure when, because like Jade said, he doesn't really have to right now. I don't think he'll have to anytime soon, honestly. I mean, he can ride this out for as long as they want to, but I think eventually it has to be one of those scenarios where I feel like you don't see it coming, like Seth with the Shield and, Hogan with NWO. Like, I think it has to be one of those scenarios where, like, it catches you by surprise. You're like, what? Like, what's going on here? Like, it could still be a scenario where they turn him heel, and maybe you can kind of see it hindsight. I don't think that will affect it by any means, but the type of babyface that Cody portrays, where he's such a superhero for so many people that so many people look up to him in that aspect, I think it has to be one of those scenarios where it feels like a Hulk Hogan Bash at the Beach, Seth Rollins taking that chair and destroying the Brotherhood with the Shield. I think it has to be that scenario where it brings tears to people, or people are like crying, like they're upset that their hero is now turned into the ultimate villain.
And that's the second time that you've mentioned the NWO, Malik. And it's funny because you know what I would love to see? I would love to see Cody Rhodes turn heel. Again, not anytime soon, but
legacy.
In a faction with Ethan Page or maybe Jade Cargill. Maybe someone else comes over from AEW, like a Wardlow or somebody like that. It's an all Shawn Spears.
No, he's an NXT trainer. Leave him be.
Make it an all
Ricky Starks
AEW. That would be so good.
Ricky Starks. Hey, where he at? What's the deal with him? Where he at?
Hold on, wait. Hold on, wait. Every faction needs a jobber. Throw in Lexus King.
Facts.
He can be the Carlito.
Lexus King would be cool. Lexus King would be cool. It could be like the AEW. It could be like the AEW guys. You know what I'm saying? It could be the AEW guys, and they could just.
Hey, that first promo. We are all elite.
That's crazy.
This is what elite looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
That would be crazy, man. That'd be crazy. That'd be interesting.
He need to dye his hair black though. You feel me, bro?
He'll dye his hair black for sure.
Yeah.
He'll definitely dye his hair black. So there's a lot of aspects they could do with that. That'd be.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Cody, how did we not talk about fucking Arn Anderson being there last night? What?
Oh yeah, that threw me.
I was
like, yeah, I saw it. I was like, oh, whoa.
Bro, missed opportunity. He should have said the block.
Thank you, Lewis. Lewis. As soon as I saw him, I was like, he got it.
Should have said the block, bro.
He got to do this. Well, actually, I don't think he can because WWE they not on Netflix yet, so I don't think he can. I don't think he can reference
the WrestleMania match against Randy. The Mania match against Randy, bro. You hit him with the block.
Okay. When they get to Netflix, then he can do that. But I don't think WWE is gonna let him talk about getting a Glock and killing somebody.
Well, they weren't on network TV last night.
Yeah. Hold on. Another super chat right here. Heike felt Gunther should have won more clean. So this might be the first. This might be the first match Gunther didn't win clean usually because he usually does win that way. But it's all about storytelling, man. This is all about storytelling.
Sheamus on SmackDown.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't happen often, but he
Sheamus on Raw.
Yeah, I'm about to say he be alright. Like he
about to say Gunther got a couple of matches where he's had
Gunther. Yeah, a couple. I said recently, like a while.
To Malik's point, I think the point Malik. Yeah, the point Malik was trying to make is that when it's done right, it's fine, and last night was perfectly fine. Yeah,
it's all about storytelling, man. Storytelling is the main key.
And besides, everybody knows Gunther will get a clean win when he wants to. So, like,
plus
that's a good question.
It solidifies Damien even more as a main eventer.
Another super chat. If Cody Randy is at Mania, who does Cena face? That's a good question, man. That's a good question.
I don't know.
Honestly, I think it's an obvious answer. I don't know why we keep getting this question.
What's the obvious answer?
Whoever the IC champion is, whoever it is, whether it's Braun Breaker. That's whoever the IC champion.
You think he's going after? I don't think he's going after any titles.
I think he's going to get a Grand Slam championship because I don't think he's facing Cody unless he goes to SmackDown. Like he could go to SmackDown and that's fine, but I don't think they are going to pass up the opportunity to give Cena his last Mania win because y'all didn't say he's not retiring at Mania. He's still got to wrestle the rest of the year. So since he's not retiring and he's not going to put somebody over, I think they're going to give him a win to ride out, and I think they're going to give him the IC title. He might not do an IC open challenge every week, but that is how you lead to, hey, I finally got some wins under my belt. Maybe I can go get 17 before I'm done. I think that's how they're going to do it.
See, I think it's going to be different. I don't think Cena's going after any titles. Because I don't think he's going to be a champion unless he can really be there, and he's not going to be there all the time. He's already said that. He's got only so many dates, and he's not the type of champion that's going to show up and just do the part.
I think he can be there enough.
Listen, I want to be.
He can be there enough, but I don't think. And some of y'all saying the Randy and Cody match, I don't know if that'll be the match for real. For real, I still think Cody and Rock could still happen at WrestleMania.
No, it's not.
It could happen, bro.
So what does Roman do at Mania if it's not The Rock? What does Roman do at Mania?
He's facing Solo.
Ain't nobody trying to see that.
That's a long-term story.
No. That's not a Mania match. I'm sorry. That's not a Mania match.
If they do it the right way and it's a tribal combat,
it could absolutely be a Mania match.
Malik,
it can be a Mania match.
I'm not saying okay, fine. It can be. But Malik, I'm gonna look you dead in your eye. I'm gonna look in this camera. I'm gonna look you in this camera when I tell you. There is no way. There is no way, Malik, that Roman and Rock are gonna be on the same pay-per-view again, and they don't fight. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way Rock and Roman are going to be on the same show for the second year in a row and they don't fight. I'm sorry.
How about my Via just goes away? That solves everybody.
Hey, I would love that too, Lewis. But he already said he's coming back to face Cody, so we got to deal with
it. A lot of y'all, really, honestly, it really all depends on The Rock. You know what I'm saying? What he wants to do. And I just don't, I look at it where he's not doing anything besides WrestleMania. And he already said he's coming back for Cody before he even comes back for Roman. That's happening.
Rumble. He's doing the Rumble.
Yeah. Depends on what he wants to do. Depends on if he wants to do it.
Malik's nasty. He wants this. He wants that at Mania. He's nasty.
No, because hey, like Trent
I'm going with that at Mania. I'm ready with it.
So
you're going to Mania, ain't you? You planning to go to Mania?
No. I'm going to the Royal Rumble. So
Malik, that means you cool with Cody losing. Because as Trent said, if Rock and Cody happens at Mania, Cody's not winning.
Is he though?
If y'all think Rock has this big of an ego to have a match for the title at Mania, he has that big of an ego to win.
You said what?
Trent, why did you have to say that?
Because I don't want Rock to beat Cody. Don't get it twisted. I don't want.
And he shouldn't either. He shouldn't.
I just don't think he's gonna win. Especially he come back as
if it happens at Mania. If it happens at Mania.
At Mania,
even Royal Rumble, bro. I mean, even
Royal Rumble. Actually.
Okay, it's less likely.
If it's Royal Rumble, it's less likely. To me, at a WrestleMania,
I don't think it's less likely no matter what, bro.
With the final boss?
Bro, there's no way, bro. The way we've been waiting on this Rock Roman match since before COVID hit. Remember, COVID delayed Manias. Okay, you're right, James. Most of us have been waiting on this match since before COVID hit. But what happened? COVID delayed every Mania for a year. That's why we got 2 Tampa Bay ones, or a COVID one and then the Tampa Bay one. So we've been waiting on this. It was supposed to happen at Hollywood. What happened? The Rock wasn't in shape. Then we get to Philly, and then he want to come in after the Rumble and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna fight the trouble." There's no way. There is no way they're going to have Rock in because they got away with it in the tag match. That was fun. That's how you get around it. There's no way they're gonna have Rock Roman on the same Mania in the same city. Again, in Vegas, no less, which is starting to become one of the hotter cities to do shows like this. There's no way in hell in Allegiant Stadium, Rock and Roman are going to be there, and they're not going to even be in the same match, let alone in different feuds. There's no way, especially because one's going to be a heel, one's going to be Roman is a babyface now, guys. We can do it. We can do it now. It's not going to be a heel versus heel. We can do it now. Roman is a babyface. Like it's literally.
See the point.
It's on a silver platter.
The point y'all are missing, they've had chances to do this, but there are other layers that keep overshadowing it. They had a chance to do it a couple years ago. COVID, okay, cool. 39 was the perfect spot. Rock wasn't there for that. Then Rock wants to come back and do it this year. Was the wrong timing. Some people want Cody and Rock over Roman and Rock at this stage now. There's different layers to it now. So
that is the minority though, Malik. And they don't.
No, it's not a minority. It's a big gap, man. It's a big gap, bro. You're not seeing your social media, bro. It's a big gap, bro.
No. There is no way you're telling me, Malik. There's no way you're telling me that more people want Cody Rock as opposed to Roman.
I'm not saying more people, but they're genuinely. I don't think it would be a lot of people upset if they do Cody and Roman at WrestleMania.
That's something a lot of people would be.
That's something they already said was going to happen.
People are still upset Roman and my VA ain't happened this year, bro.
like 20%.
Yeah, like Roman.
It ain't 20%, dog. It's a big population.
There's a big population, but there are more people that would have Cody and Roman. So
they
could. Malik, do you think it's with you?
Malik, do you think it's like 50-50, 60, like 40? Like, how do you think it's the skill?
Bro, I'm not gonna be surprised. Some of y'all gonna be salty if they do Cody versus Roman. I just want to say that because I'm not gonna be surprised if they do Rock versus Cody at WrestleMania. I'm not gonna be surprised if they do Roman versus Rock at WrestleMania. I think it could go either way. But that's on the table. And some people are expecting it.
I'm not
some
saying
people
I'm
are
going to be
expecting.
surprised.
No, some people are expecting it to just to happen before that match because it's just like this year. Rock gonna come back and face Roman at Elimination Chamber and all this stuff, bro. I don't think Rock is doing anything unless it has WrestleMania on it. If it ain't WrestleMania, I don't see him doing it.
But what if it's a situation where we get Rock versus Cody at Rumble? Just keep with me.
Which I would be fine with.
Okay, and then somehow Roman's involved in that, and that leads to Rock versus Roman and Mania, and then we get both, and then Cody's free to defend against whoever wins the Rumble.
That's how
that would be great.
That's literally
that would be great, but I think
it.
it's more of what people fantasy book and what they want versus reality and what that could happen.
Reality. I'm not saying because we know who the Rock is. I'm not saying I'd be surprised. Anything Rock beat CM Punk at the Rumble. You know what I mean? Like I get it, but
and he has that type of power too because if it wasn't for that fan change and what the people wanted to, I genuinely think they would have did Rock and Roman this year.
They've already told you. So Malik, so they've already told you, even with the Rock and who he is, hey, if we get some fan outrage, right, we're willing to adapt, right? They have already established the baseline. We are going to choose storyline over, because on paper, Rock and Roman are a bigger match
easily
than Cody and Roman. And they've already chosen, hey, even though this is a bigger money match, let's go with the stories we've been telling on TV over that, right? Now, I know Rock has a story with Cody, and they're going to have a championship match. I understand that. Here's the thing. So I've already mentioned that I don't think they're going to have Rock and Roman in two separate different matches on this show again because The Rock ain't getting any younger. He wasn't bad in the tag match they had. He seemed like he was a little bit up there in endurance, but he's not getting any younger. They don't have a lot of time to do this match anymore. And Roman, even though, he's obviously still a safe and stuff, he on the twilight of his career too. There's not too much that Roman's going to do either. There's no way, in my opinion. He can do. Yeah, exactly. So, even though we wouldn't be surprised if they did do.
You think it's a now or never situation.
Exactly. I think it's a now or never for Rock and Roman. Yeah. And even though I wouldn't be surprised, it would be wrong. I think, like, for example, there was a lot of people who still wanted Rock and Roman, but what was the fan outrage at the shows? What was the fan outrage on Twitter when they chose Cody over Rock, basically? Even though a lot of people still wanted to see Rock and Roman, they didn't want to do it at the expense of Cody, right? I think in this situation, I think a lot of people are going to be upset if they go a different route for Mania specifically. I think Cody and Rock should happen at the Rumble because they're trying to treat these big fours like big fours again. Survivor Series got the War Games. SummerSlam is about to get a 2-night. WrestleMania is what it is, and Royal Rumble is the road to WrestleMania. So they're trying to treat these big fours like big fours again. I don't think it gets any bigger than a Cody Rock match at the Rumble because let's be real, we've talked about the depth on SmackDown. We've talked about how they don't even have a big bad heel anymore because Solo is about to be dealing with Roman now. Who else is Cody gonna face? Y'all can say Randy Orton, but let's be real.
That factor also plays into WrestleMania because if they do Cena versus Orton, you do Roman versus Rock. Who's there for Cody left? Who's left for Cody?
I think it's Cody and Orton, though. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's the. But you talk about the fan perspective, though. What would the fans want more? Cena versus Orton one last time, or Cody versus Orton in WrestleMania? I think
they're gonna pick Cena versus Orton. This is the last time it could happen.
You're right. They would pick that if it doesn't mean we get Rock Cody. If the alternative is Rock Cody, they're gonna pick Cena. They're gonna pick Orton Cody. Can I just throw out
a name? Let me just throw out a name while we're on the subject because I love this conversation. Let me just throw out a name because we're talking about who's going to be there for Cody. There is a 2-time WrestleMania main eventer right there on SmackDown that is heavily involved in Cody Rhodes' story and has been known to turn on his friends before. Trent, yes,
Kevin Owens. I'm with Kevin Owens.
What do we think about Cody versus Owens?
WrestleMania though?
WrestleMania though? That's a WrestleMania match.
That's a 2-time
WrestleMania match. That's a WrestleMania match.
It was Owens versus Stone Cold. Owens and Sammy ended the longest reigning tag.
But if they had
come back, hold on. You can't come back to me now after he's done all of that and say, is that a Mania match?
That's Mania main event.
But with the options that they have, with the better options they have, though, Kevin Owens like the alternative because they do Rock versus
Kevin
Roman,
Owens is a phenomenal
Orton,
alternative if you turn him heel. Kevin Owens is Kevin Owens is I think KO hasn't been. I think Kevin Owens hasn't been heel for a long time, but like the moment he turns heel, he gon' remind people who the fuck he is.
If the Rock, Roman, and Randy are all tied up for Mania, and you need an established Mania main eventer, because that's what Kevin Owens is now. If you need a man who can be a menace in Cody Rhodes' life, Kevin Owens can do that.
Owens,
so Jay,
I'm with it, man.
I don't hate the idea, and I believe there's a way that you could tell that story and bring Kevin Owens back to his vicious side in order to do that. You could tell, I've been trying to fight the bloodline with you for forever, and where did it get me? Nothing. You could easily tell that story, right? And I'm not about to try to violate Kevin Owens because I rock with dude. I think it's been too long since he held a title. So I'd be happy with him winning. But you know what that feels like to me when you say it? And I really don't want it to feel this way. But it feels like, oh, everybody else was kind of busy. So sure, Kevin Owens got hit. That's what it feels like when you say it.
Wait, no.
I don't want it to be that way, but that's what it sounds like.
No. Hear me out on this. Hear me out on this thing, though. But that could kind of also be a good thing because that's how Drew McIntyre got inserted with fucking Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
And you're right. That's
it
why
was
I
like
believe
this happened. We kind of have to do it, and it turned out to be great. Kevin Owens, he's that kind of guy where you give him a little bit of something, he can turn that shit great. You know what I'm saying? So,
I guess I would just need to see when he turns heel because I
just think you need
him to get built.
Blueprint. I think
that's the thing though, G. And again, I love it. I want this to happen now. But that's the thing. When it happens, right? When it happens, Kevin Owens has to beat Cody Rhodes bloody, drag his corpse out to ringside where his family sits, hold his face in front of his family, and beat the shit out of him. He needs to kidnap his dog. He needs to whip him with a belt. Kevin Owens needs to be a menace. And if he does that, yes, Cody versus Kevin, I will repeat, a 2-time previously established Mania main eventer is absolutely, and maybe you can't put it on, if you got Roman versus Cody or Cena versus Orton, one of those matches got a main event, but it can open, it can main event night one.
Jay, does this mean we got apron powerbomb KO? Does this mean we get apron powerbomb KO, Cody?
Yes!
Hey, I love that idea. I'm with that.
I'm not gonna lie, Jay. The way you broke it down, I could definitely get with that. I would not be mad.
I'm getting behind that.
Wait. There's one more thing I didn't even think about. Royal Rumble winner Finn Balor. Royal Rumble winner Finn Balor.
No.
I mean,
Malik said no.
I can't stand y'all because y'all will be willing.
I would much rather take Kevin Owens and Cody for Finn Balor. Absolutely not.
Are we not trying to see Finn Balor?
I don't know why you talk about that when Kevin Owens gets pinned all the time too.
Kevin Owens feels more of a main eventer than Finn Balor has in the last 5 years.
Cook.
I mean, sure.
Now you brought up the Royal Rumble though, so if they do Cena, if they do Cena versus Orton, and they do Roman and Rock, I mean, you could have the Royal Rumble winner jump over to SmackDown, whoever that is. Yeah. I mean, granted, don't know who that could be, and I'm not sure, but I mean, you could have that person jump over to SmackDown because we've seen people jump.
Kevin Owens don't win the Royal Rumble, Jade? Huh?
Hey, I would have hated it.
Yes, and throw Sami Zayn out to win it. It comes down to Kevin versus Sami. Sami throws out the third place person, and Owens dumps his homeless ass over the top rope and wins the Royal Rumble. Cody versus Kevin.
And then Finn Balor comes out from on the side because he was never eliminated, gets rid of Kevin, and we get to Finn and Cody. Look, if I can't have Samoa Joe in this company, y'all gotta let me have it.
Samoa Joe was just world champion 5 months ago.
Yeah, and everybody was ready for it to be over. I'm still sick. All for what, Trent? So Swerve can be a corny champion?
You still haven't done the bet. It's true. It's crazy, Lewis. He still hasn't done the bet either. That's the wild part.
Somebody said at the bottom.
So to that corny man.
So we mentioned it earlier. If Punk wins the Rumble, how would y'all feel if Punk went after Cody instead?
I could.
So what if they already did? Say, assuming we already got to the Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre,
Right.
we already did that. Say we already did that. If Punk wins, what if he does jump to Cody on SmackDown?
I think that would absolutely work.
It would work.
Yeah.
That could be the start. That could be the start of Homelander Cody because people are going to cheer for CM Punk. People are going to
but they're going to cheer for Cody too, though.
I'm not saying they're not, but that could be the start of it.
Like Jane's idea, though. I want Kevin Owens now, bro.
I hadn't even thought of it until today, but I'm 100% sold now. I'm sold.
You know, chat. You know, chat. Y'all starting to get on my nerves, chat, because y'all be this here caping for Titus O'Neil. I'm sorry, I mean Omos. Y'all be the same people caping for Titus O'Neil.
It's a great time,
but yeah, y'all want to hate on me for Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. I can't stand y'all, bro.
Can I ask what's wrong with Omos though? It was good. Like,
I think CM Punk could be a factor. That could be a factor. Depending, I mean, because we don't know how long this Drew and Seth Rollins stuff is going to last, so we don't know exactly where the alternative is and where that's going to go to, because they don't have PLEs anymore in December either. So there's a lot of different aspects that could go with that. So I mean, there's a lot of layers to it, man. It's a good conversation. There's a lot of layers to the story. I mean, Rock could face Cody at Mania. I'm not gonna be too surprised if he's like, nah, we'll do that at WrestleMania.
I just think that's ultimately a horrible decision. I'm not saying it can't happen. I think that's a horrible decision.
I wouldn't agree that it wouldn't be the right decision, but even if they dragged out Roman and Rock longer, people still gonna watch it regardless. It's not gonna matter. People still gonna watch it.
I'm not saying they're not gonna watch it, but I mean, shoot, we have people like me that watched during the COVID and didn't take a break. It was still horrible.
Yeah. I'm saying as far as like business wise, they're still gonna like it at the end of the day. In that moment, they're still gonna eat it up. So I feel like next year would be the perfect time to do it, especially with it being in Vegas and stuff. Like to me, that's the perfect venue. I thought one of the reasons they put, because if you remember, WrestleMania 38 was supposed to be in LA and Texas was supposed to have WrestleMania 39. They switched it. I thought the main reason they did that was because they pushed that back so The Rock could be ready for WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood. I'm like,
it was really COVID and Tampa didn't really get their true Mania, so that's why they just redid. Like Tampa was supposed to get so technically, what Mania 40 was in Philly, 39 was supposed to be in Philly, and Vegas should have been the 40. But because the COVID thing happened, they literally pushed out the venues one more year. Because 30 what was it? 38 was Dallas and 37 was Tampa. So 36 was the one in the Performance Center. That was supposed to be the Tampa one. Yeah, so but yeah, you're right. Rock had an extra year to get ready and still said no. So I don't know, man.
There's a lot of aspects that go into it. So I mean,
what I learned from this podcast is Kevin Owens solves everybody's problems.
Yeah, he does.
If that's I'm gonna be mad as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie, but that booking is so great.
I'm just telling y'all, man.
I am down.
Triple H, we know you watch us, bro.
We know you listen.
He definitely does.
Hire him. Because if we get apron powerbomb KO back, boy.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, Cody's gonna get turned on so much because they're gonna get so tired of dealing with the bloodline.
So there's gonna be a lot of.
Don't worry, KO gonna whoop some ass. Don't worry, man. KO solves problems, bro.
Hey man, look, I just feel like Mania 41 gonna usher in a new era. I think Braun Breaker's gonna have a feature match. I think Melo's winning his first title at Mania. I think what's it called? I just think we're gonna start getting some new era dudes up in here, man. So hey.
Y'all saw LA's first challenger. Andrade said he coming after the US title, bro.
Yeah, he beat LA twice, so as he should.
That's good. Andrade needs to do something.
I mean, he's cooking with the real feud with Melo.
He been doing great stuff.
No, the matches that he's been having with name's escaping me. Carmelo have been fantastic. But I mean, Ricochet proves you can't make your entire career off of having random bangers every week. You got to have somewhere to go.
Unless you work in AEW.
Let me propose something. For fuck's sake, I don't care who you got to trade. Actually, I do. Move up, trade. Since he has no value, Apollo Crews for Zelina Vega. Move Zelina Vega to fucking SmackDown and pair with Andrade.
Please give him Zelina Vega. Because look. I didn't think I was gonna be talking about this today, but I'm gonna give Zelina Vega some flowers. because
she been cooking.
I mean, I still hate when she tries to mimic her husband. Please stop doing the Aleister Black lift foot up. You're too short for that. So stop doing it. It doesn't look good. Like every time she lifts her leg to lift up somebody's foot, she only gets to like halfway and then she gotta let go and they're not even up. So please stop doing it. But I think noticeably, like for me personally, noticeably her promo skills, like she's still saying the same stuff, but they've just naturally gotten better. She is a lot more clean. She gets to her promos quicker on her off-script stuff, like the little one-liners she'll say.
She's been much better. She's been torching the new faction with Baszler and all them, and she's been hilarious.
I think she's figured out how to work a mic as a babyface, because we always knew she could work the mic as a heel. She always had that, but I think she figured it out how to work as a babyface.
Yeah, so cool. Can we just disband LWO? Half of the members are hurt.
Yeah, we need to get rid of LWO.
Like, please, why? Well, go ahead.
No. Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde, ain't seen them in forever.
They need to be in the tag division consistently.
Dragon Lee is still hurt. Dragon Lee is still hurt, right? Ain't seen him in a minute. I don't know. He ain't been on TV in months.
I think he's hurt, yeah.
Somebody called them the stud line. That's crazy.
And the thing is, when Dragon Lee is here, he's never in feature one-on-one matches. They always throwing that motherfucking tag matches, bro.
With his only feature feud was with Santos, and he got smacked twice actually. So yeah, bro, like just disband LWO. Look, I think we're gonna get for the final time. I think we're gonna get Dom and Ray at Mania 41, so that Dom can get the final decisive win. There's no point to LWO anymore. Zelina Vega, Liv Morgan, y'all had y'all feud. That's cool. That's done. There's no point to LWO anymore. It was fine while it lasted. Actually, it wasn't. It was trash the entire time. But hey, we got a Carlito return and a Dragon Lee call up out of it. Cool.
If you would have told me Carlito would be the best thing coming out of LWO, I would have said.
Oh my god, bro! Yeah.
Carlito, at least Carlito's been funny as shit. I was.
Oh my gosh! I know this is very much side note. I just figured out who Gunther's first match is going to be at Bash of Berlin.
Ilya?
No, Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is going to be the first match.
Big meaty man slapping meat, boy. I love that.
And then we're gonna get, and then we're eventually going to get a Bronson Reed match. We're eventually going to get a Bronson Reed match. And then we'll probably get Ilya on like a show on Raw.
Survivor Series.
No, I don't think it's going to be a pay-per-view. I think they're going to give him a show. Ilya need to beat Braun.
That's a perfect Bad Blood match, you know.
They'd have to start telling that story tomorrow.
I feel like Bash of Berlin. I don't know. I feel like because Priest, I feel like he's going to be conflicted because obviously he wants revenge on Finn, but I think he's also still going to want his title back too. You know what I mean? So there's still going to be some. I don't think he's just going to forget about the world title like he didn't lose it. Like let's forget about that. You know what I mean? So. There could be some, and Finn may want. You talk about Finn won the championship. He may want to go after it too at this point too. You know, I mean, part of the reason he turned.
You think there's a? Do you see a scenario? Damn, Bash and Berlin is so close.
They could do a triple threat.
Possibility they do triple threat. Yeah, I was about to ask. Triple threat.
Yeah, they could do a triple threat, bro. I mean, honestly, because they all have beef now. So,
well, honestly, the only reason why I don't know if they'll do that is because I don't know if they want either one of them taking the pin before we get to their first match. That's the only reason I don't know, because somebody got to take the pin. That's not
Balor can get pinned, bro. He gets pinned all the time.
I mean, I can tell you.
No. We're in a different era of Finn now. We're in a different.
I can give you someone who's not. I can give you someone who's not doing anything right now and could easily take a pin. Sheamus.
Come on.
Just Bronson Reed right now, ain't he?
Who cares?
No, he's feuding with Pete Dunne.
Stop that.
Come on, man.
Actually, I'm excited about
and Pete Dunne has history with both of them. So
see, triple threat.
I think Pete Dunne, Ilya, Sheamus can get a main event, but I think like them dudes, I think that's a perfect Raw main event that can go 30 minutes to end the show. I think that's a perfect match for this.
Cooking.
I don't see
That's
that.
why I'm so excited.
Downgrading everybody today.
What do you mean? I've been upgrading
You know
people.
what?
I'm trying to
You know what
upgrade
G's been
Finn
saying all day?
Balor.
You know what G's been saying all show? G's been saying all show that's a B+ player right there. Kevin Owens, that's a B+.
Nah, not
Yeah,
K. Not
That's
K.
a
Like,
B+ player.
nah. Kevin Owens is like an A-, but Ilya Pete Dunne, yeah.
Oh
they
my
B+
God.
right now.
Why ain't KO A+? Why he A+?
Nah, not right now. Once he becomes heel, yeah.
You got your S tiers. That's the Codys, the Romans.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And
Kevin
Kevin
Owens
Owens is in the A
A+.
tier. Nah,
A+.
he's in the A tier.
A+.
He's in the A tier. He's in the A tier.
Why he not A+, man?
Because to me, I think Kevin Owens is
Berlin.
always. I think Kevin Owens, even though he's a great babyface, he's always better as a heel. And so,
For sure.
and honestly, he's been doing the same thing since COVID. Now, I'm gonna fight
Chad.
every day to lose to the bloodline. Like
Chad,
he's been doing the same
Gunther S
thing.
tier. Gunther S tier, chat. Remember that. Gunther S tier. No cap.
I think they do Gunther versus Priest versus Balor at Bash in Berlin because they all
Talk to me
within
nice,
that-
Malik. Talk to me
in
nice.
that aspect story, and then that could lead to branching off for them going to their own feud, and then they could do their Gunther can kind of because Gunther's got a lot of open challengers. You know
Let's
what I'm
keep
saying?
it up. The triple threat been built. The triple threat been built. The triple threat been built. There's so many ways they could go about it. Like Finn, where Damien can say, "I only lost to Gunther because of Finn," and then Finn can tell Gunther, "Well, I mean, you wouldn't be world champion if it wasn't for me, so I deserve to get a shot." But then Gunther could just be like, "I just whipped both y'all asses, so I mean, I don't." It ain't gonna be nothing to me.
You know what's the only thing that would have made SummerSlam better? And again, I'm glad Gunther won because if he didn't, the decision they made would have been pointless. But you know what would have made Money in the Bank so much better? I mean, SummerSlam so much better? If Finn Balor was Money in the Bank. If Finn Balor was
here we go.
Money in the Bank cashed in. Like, let's just say Priest just survives a war. Like, I'm talking roll-up pin. Gunther can get away with that. And so Priest is like survives a war, Finn Balor right there. Boom, clothesline.
That
Drop
cash
kick in the
and pop
corner.
would be
Coup de grace.
crazy,
Oh
man.
my god, bro. Oh my
That
god.
cash
That's the
and
only thing
pop
that would have
would
made
have
it
been
better.
nasty.
That's the only thing that would have made it better.
That cash in would have been crazy. That cash in would have been nasty. So there's a lot of different aspects they can go. I mean, it's a new, fresh regime right now with Braun Breaker being IC champion, LA Knight US champion, Gunther's now the world champion, Cody's still the champion, but he's got a lot of aspects of where he can go. So there's different directions they can go.
One last thing, right? The chat. I know it's two different people, but I see we don't need to upgrade Finn, kind of pushing them to the side. And I'm seeing multiple people keep saying, "Oh, Jey Uso's gonna challenge Gunther." That nigga a loser too. Why he gotta challenge him? What
No,
Jey Uso?
We done with
Yeah, Jey Uso's
Jey Uso is a part of the
trash.
the whole Rhea and stuff. So I mean, so he's a part of that storyline. He's not even a part of it.
Ain't he part of the losers club, bro? He can sit over there, bro. Gunther versus AJ Styles. Y'all don't want AJ to die. Y'all don't want that, bro. Stop it, bro. Y'all don't want that, bro. Y'all want this.
That'd be great.
AJ Styles a loser too. Y'all be picking and choosing, chat. Y'all be picking and choosing.
Now, AJ Styles is a loser too, though.
Come on. Like, what are we on? Y'all be picking and choosing who y'all want to see in these spots right now.
AJ Styles is a loser, though, Chad. He is a loser.
AJ
You know what they gonna say?
AJ Styles is a legend.
That's what they gonna say. Gee, he's a legend, though. You know,
is Finn Balor not a legend? Okay.
Not compared to AJ Styles.
He's not AJ Styles.
Are you talking about
AJ
WWE
Styles.
only, or are you talking about in general?
Even in general.
In general, Finn Balor's up there.
Even if it was
No,
just
not
WWE.
Are we comparing
AJ Styles
just
has succeeded
WWE, y'all
everywhere
AJ
he's
Styles.
gone, bro.
No.
AJ
Just
Styles,
WWE, y'all got it.
tier.
Yeah, just WWE, y'all got it for sure.
Even in general, bro. AJ Styles
Even
has
in
succeeded
general,
everywhere he's been, bro.
Devin ain't nowhere near Styles.
Okay.
Some of y'all act like Devin was world champ in New Japan. He was never that.
He was
Some
never.
of
He
y'all
was
acting like
nice,
that.
but Finn
He was
Balor's
a junior
career, he hasn't-
heavyweight. He was a junior heavyweight.
Finn Balor has had success in certain places in his career. AJ Styles has had tremendous success everywhere he's gone, bro. World champ everywhere he's been, bro. Top guy, pretty much every best wrestler and on the planet at one point, bro. Like, without like unanimously for many people, bro. Finn Balor wasn't
Multiple peaks. He had multiple peaks. 2010 in TNA, 2016 in New Japan. 2014 and like 15 in New Japan, 2016 in WWE. Like, bro, his peaks is crazy.
And he's only had 8 years in the WWE. He's already a Grand Slam champion.
He's the
So
fastest
is
Grand Slam
Finn!
champion.
So
He's the
is
fastest Grand
Finn!
Slam champion. That's
Yeah.
the crazy part. He's the fastest.
Finn Balor is just one of those people.
Finn Balor's first ever Universal Champion, man. What can I say?
Yeah, get that shit up right quick.
Not too many people. Not too many people are called the first. Hey, you said you have to give it up. Maybe if Seth Rollins wasn't so unsafe. No,
Hey, listen, AJ Styles had that. I mean,
Hey,
Finn
Jade,
Balor had that.
Jade, I just want to put this out there. You know who saved the Universal title after Finn had to give it up? Kevin fucking Owens, baby. Yes, sir.
Kevin Owens did,
Kevin
baby.
Owens, baby.
Yes, sir.
Kevin Owens.
How did that end?
Sir. Stop. All right, relax. All right.
We don't need to talk about that.
You're an Omos fan. Like, what do you mean?
What you mean? Omos is the greatest of all time, bro.
Bro,
Greatest
you
of all
have to
time.
do KO like that, bro. You have to do Kevin Owens like that.
Greatest of all time, bro.
Oh man, y'all be hate. I just think it's me. I think y'all see somebody I like and decide, you know what? I'm not gonna root for that guy anymore because G Baby is a fan of him. Y'all did the same thing with Samoa Joe. Y'all doing the same thing with Finn right now, man.
Bro, those times.
Mo, you are a Brett fan. And you stand here. I don't want to hear anything from you.
Those
Brett
people's
is
time.
ass.
Those
Matter
people's
of
time
fact,
have
Mo,
just passed, bro.
Mo, come on the show and talk, Mo. Come on the show and talk. Use your voice. Stop typing.
Nope.
Use your voice, Mo.
Those times people have just passed, bro. Samoa Joe had his time, bro. Just in WWE to this, and they didn't capitalize on it. Finn Balor had opportunities, bro, and it wasn't his fault. It's just those times are gone, bro. Like,
hey, G, you got Liger
Hey,
saying.
so Malik, The Rock didn't have his time.
Right?
The Rock
Who?
didn't have his time. The Rock ain't have his time. You don't think it's time?
we're
for
not
him to
about
go?
Finn Balor's not the Rock,
Hey, did he have his time? No. Hey, Lewis, didn't The Rock have his time? Don't you think it's time for him?
Are
to
we
go?
comparing Finn Balor to
No,
The
we're
Rock?
not. No,
Yeah,
not
Finn
as
Balor.
a-
Finn
not
Balor
as
can't
individuals.
walk.
I just
Finn
we're
Balor can't
comparing
walk
their
into the
both-
creative room and say, "Hey, this is what we're doing," and we're sticking to it. He ain't got that power, bro.
I mean,
The
if
Rock
we're
can walk in and
comparing-
change shit immediately if you want to, bro.
If
Like,
we're
he can
comparing,
walk
they're
in.
both bums. I mean, hey, hey.
Yeah, if The Rock can walk in
Finn
tomorrow,
Balor is
The Rock can
one
walk in tomorrow, bro, and
You
say,
compared him to
"This
my
is
Via.
what we're
What do you
doing."
think I feel about my Via? I think he's a bum.
Hey, look,
So
man.
I'm gonna
Hey, look,
say he's
man.
a bum.
Hey, look. I'm gonna say is y'all don't want to talk to me on this show if Finn Balor start getting that world title push, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'll be happy
if-
for
and
you.
if
I'll
it
be
happens, I'll be
happy
happy
for
for him.
you. I'll be happy for you. Hey, listen, I'll be happy for you if it happens. I don't.
And
think
just wait till
he's
Samoa Joe finally
he's
come back to
on my
WWE.
wall.
I would say, I mean, like I said, I'd be happy for Finn Balor, but I mean, realistically,
I'll be
Omos got a
happy
better
as
chance
shit.
of coming back to TV before we see Finn Balor with that world title.
Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy. Because I just remember you had this same attitude about Damian Priest cashing in that Money in the Bank briefcase, and Damian Priest that ended up turning out to be great. So that's all I'm saying. Y'all had that same energy with Priest. Y'all was not feeling that cashing. Y'all damn near wanted him to just hold it to the next one and just run it back. Y'all was in that type of mood. So. Hey man, just wait, man.
Only difference is Damian Priest never had. Finn Balor's had opportunities, bro. He had plenty of opportunities, like to strike. Like, he got hurt, but they didn't even.
What do you mean? He's had plenty of opportunities.
He's had plenty of opportunities, bro. They could
You call him getting fed to the Fiend an opportunity,
bro. They could have easily. They could have easily. No. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. They could have easily put him back in that Universal title picture when he got hurt. He never lost it. There was a story there. Could have easily. He never even went after it. Never even touched it.
So now we're not gonna
He
attribute
tapped
that
out
to
to
Vince
Brock
McMahon
Lesnar.
booking.
You feel me?
That's why he's cooked. It's done. It's over. That's why he's cooked. Just like Shinsuke Nakamura, cooked. Shayna Baszler, cooked.
Damn,
They're
bro.
done.
Hey, you ain't gotta say all these
They're done.
names, yo.
They're done. And it's sad to say that because we don't want them to feel that way, but there's other people also on the roster right now that are going to be brought up that are going to surpass them. Braun Breaker and Ilya Dragunov and the Carmelo Hayes. They're up there on the come up too, and they're gonna get their opportunities. So
yeah, they're gonna get the opportunities down the line. We talk about it now. We talk about
now
it
what is Finn Balor done in the now? Nothing.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Finn Balor, I'm not gonna lie. He can win a world title. He can win a world title in a year. SummerSlam 2025. Finn Balor can be a world champion on any brand by SummerSlam 2025. That's how
Dolph Ziggler's going to come back and win the Royal Rumble too.
Hey man, I wouldn't hate it, Jade. I would not hate it if Dolph Ziggler came back and won the Rumble. I would not hate it.
You know what's crazy?
Jade? There's a story there, Jade. You can really tell that story. Like, Jay, come on. You mean to tell me
Nick fucking Nemeth won a world title before Finn Balor did?
Hey. A lot of logistics.
Nick fucking Nemeth. Hold on. Just look at the time frame. If we did the time frame Finn Balor got hurt to now, TNA died and came back to life before Finn Balor got the title back. Do you know how fucking crazy that shit is?
Hey man, it's not.
Do you know how fucking crazy that is? Okada and Jay White, we got CM Punk coming back to wrestling, bro. A lot of shit happened since Finn Balor lost that bitch.
Hey, look, man, it's not. Hey,
Roman Reigns turned heel.
If Triple
And
H,
babyface.
if Triple H would have been, if Triple H would have been,
Triple H took over creatively.
No. Listen, if
Vince is no longer in WWE at all.
Listen. If Triple H took over creative in 2016, Finn Balor
Bo Dallas is a mainstay.
100%.
Yeah, hey, but look, I can't control when Triple H took over, but the only thing I will say, even though I still think Vince was there, but since we can't confirm it, only thing I will say, Triple H. Even though, again, take that with a grain of salt because I think this was a Vince decision. Edge beating the Demon. Triple H,
even SummerSlam, bro. SummerSlam, like that would have been a good time.
No, because Seth had just won the title. We all said like they weren't realistic
for a couple of months, and I was there too.
It had only been 2 months. He had only gone through 2 months.
No, because I was there in the crowd too. People were rooting for Finn Balor, bro. Yeah, they wanted him to win.
No, you're right. But Finn Balor won that title May 20. They just put it in the chat. He won that title May 27, 2023 at that Saudi show, whatever it was. Yeah. Night of Champion, whatever it was.
In August, yeah.
Yeah, he had only had that title for 2 months. Realistically, they weren't going to change a world title 2 months into its inception.
I'm just saying that was another time they had it right there, bro. They had it right there.
Look.
And even though it would have been, even though the title reign would have switched up quick, I don't think a lot of people would have been mad that Finn had won. Is what I'm saying. I don't think they would have been upset that Finn Balor had won the championship. I was in the crowd, bro. Like when he hit that coup de grace, bro, everybody thought it was it. They was like, "Oh, this is Finn," bro. They was like, "Oh man," like they was a little upset.
I heard once Seth kicked out, like it hit the reality that like, oh, Finn is cooked.
Yeah, it's over. It's done. It's
as soon as Seth, that's what Nate told me. His section, as soon as Seth kicked out of that coup de grace, it was like life went out, like their life left their body, like.
Yeah, you're right. If Triple H had took over in 2016, Finn Balor would have been. I think he'd have been champion a couple of times. He'd have been champion a couple of times because he revived him back on NXT.
Okay, so you mean to tell me
champ like 3 times? Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you this question because I know we've been talking about Finn Balor for a minute. You mean to tell me from today, since they just told the turn, you mean to tell me a year from now, Finn Balor can't be world champion and have a good run with it?
I don't see it, bro. I don't see it in his future.
Why not?
Because there's other people that are going to get the opportunity over him now.
Okay,
there's other people that are building up over him.
Okay, so here's my thing. Did you think in 2024 that they were going to be able to tell a compelling singles run for Ludwig Kaiser before he got hurt?
No, but Ludwig Kaiser's not going to be a world champion. I don't expect him to win the world title.
But that's still something we did not anticipate happening, right? But it did, and it was actually really good. I think with this turn that just happened, you can tell a heel Finn Balor, like a true heel Finn Balor. Because when he was rocking with the Judgment Day, they was kind of Dom was really the only one getting major heat like that.
It would just depend who's the champion a year from now, bro. You still got Gunther.
Why can't he beat Gunther?
Hey, because he can.
That's what I'm saying. I get it, but why can't we get NXT Finn Balor? NXT Finn Balor, why can't we get that version?
It would just depend how they build him up, bro.
Like you want the true Prince back?
Like,
is that what you saying?
Honestly, we don't even need the beginning. We need the second version of NXT.
No, yeah, it would depend how.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You want the true Prince to be back? That's what you want.
If we get that, I don't see why we can't. Because
it would just depend how they. It would all depend how they would build him up. He would need some credible wins.
Thank you. Can you highlight Mo's comment, please? That is a great point. That is a great point.
Great though, bro. Y'all talking about Ross Deji? Come on, man.
Is Finn Balor not great?
Yeah,
Jinder was a better world champion.
No, honestly, it would just depend on what they would do with Finn Balor. Like from now, say you said a year, right? So let's say a year from now. Let's say August 2025, right? It would depend on what they do from now. Till now, because he needs credible wins, which he does not have at the moment. He doesn't have any credible wins under his resume to make him feel like he's a main event guy. He would need maybe a character revamp. So go back to the trunks and the print stuff with the X on the jacket and stuff. Would they want to do that? I'm cool with that. But there's still other people along the line that we talked about many times on the show that can still get the CM Punk gonna get that world title. Drew McIntyre is still in that conversation. Gunther obviously gonna hold it for a minute too. So
Seth will always be in that convo. Seth is always in that convo. Another thing too that's a little, that's a little wrench in the wheel right now is Finn Balor is a champion right now. He's gonna have to lose them belts. Like, I know JD is gonna end up taking the pin, but it also matters who they lose to. Like,
yeah, but we've seen multiple times. I mean, we've seen multiple times. You can have the titles and lose it because you're on your way to do something big.
If Damien costs him, that's fine. That's a little right now. That's just a little wrench. He's a champion right now.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah,
you can't immediately start that story.
That's why I said by SummerSlam 2025. But wait, oh my God, perfect fantasy booking. It ain't even involving the Rumble. Finn Balor's your 2025 King of the Ring. World Championship match for SummerSlam. World Championship match for SummerSlam.
Against who?
He wins King of the Ring and he gets the world title match.
Who's he faced though? Who's he beat for the title?
Honestly, I don't see him beating Gunther, gang. I'm gonna be honest.
You don't see, okay, but let's be real. You don't see anybody beating Gunther unless his name is Roman Reigns. Unless his name is Roman Reigns.
The people who already beat him too, though, like Ilya. I don't think it'd be for the world title, but I mean, Ilya already did it, so I can believe he did it. Braun Breaker's another guy, because they already did it.
But that's kind of like
you see.
That's unfair to say the only people I believe beating Gunther are the guys who did it. Like, there's other people that can beat him.
All right, but here's the thing too. Finn can beat everybody else, but the thing with Gunther is he's also going to beat a lot of top credible guys as well. He's not going to stay in the same position from now until SummerSlam 2025. He's going to have, Gunther is going to have some legit main eventers that he's finally going to beat. So he's going to be elevated even more. So if you want Finn to be on that level, he's going to have to really start smoking a lot of
these guys. but here's the thing though. Here's the thing, because we just talked about it right now. Y'all believe Ilya can beat him because he's done it before, but yet this Gunther that's about to start going through these main eventers, I don't see Ilya smoking everybody like that. But y'all are saying
I don't either. I don't either. Not right now.
No. But y'all are saying, oh well, he's done it before. So yeah, you guys are basically saying the only guys I can believe that can beat Gunther are the guys who have done it before.
In this universe now, NXT is canon, so it's kind of hard not to look at Ilya and think he doesn't have a chance to beat Gunther.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't, but my thing is, just because they haven't beat him yet doesn't mean
they're not believing. I agree.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think Finn Balor, he ain't got to smoke every single main eventer on the roster.
Yeah.
He ain't got he ain't got to smoke every main eventer on the main roster. But because again, King of the Ring would happen after Mania next year. He's gonna get some wins in between there. He ain't just gonna be losing because they about to do this new heel thing. So and then in the tournament, if we just base it off of this past year, there's gonna be former champions and credible people in that. Like, so if Finn Balor wins that tournament, he's gonna beat credible people. So then you can give him that world title. At that point, I believe it. This is the match we were supposed to get back right before COVID for the UK Championship. And when they were going to have that match, I thought Finn Balor was winning it. I'm not going to hold you.
Here's the problem with this whole entire booking, though. I don't see Finn beating Damian Priest in this feud. Like, I see him winning the match.
That's where I disagree.
I don't see him winning the moot. I don't see him winning the feud. I don't see him winning the feud.
I think he is winning the feud, and the reason why
I see Damian winning the feud. I think they have Damian as a surefire main eventer. They have him where they want him, and I think
at this stage,
I think Damian is solidified. Damian solidified.
Triple H is. I think at this stage right now, Triple H believes more in Damian Priest than a Finn Balor. He's going to solidify Damian Priest as a top guy.
So, but I think so. Here's my little rebuttal, I guess. I think Damian Priest, at least in my opinion, because I've been on Damian Priest's side this whole time, I think he is a solidified main eventer already. I think Damian Priest will not suffer from losing this feud, whereas Finn Balor kind of needs it. Finn Balor kind of needs to win this feud so he can be viewed back in that main event scene. Damian Priest, if he loses the feud, because he's gonna win a match, it's gonna be a 3-match series or whatever. Damian Priest loses this feud, that's perfectly fine because, bluntly stated, he's a baby face, and let's just say he's still tied up with Rhea. somebody else is going to try to get a Damian Priest like a Bronson Reed, whatever the case. If Jey Uso can still be this over and still be treated as a main event, I think Damian Priest losing this feud will be perfectly fine. Finn Balor, he's the one who turned. He's the one who kind of caused it. Like, I think he was behind the entire descent. And since Dom is already going to be taking the kind of ultimate opportunist, sneaky way heel type thing with Liv, I think Finn Balor, he's the one that needs that, like, I need this feud to win so that I can, because bluntly stated, bro, you might as well leave WWE if you don't win it, because they already killed your demon. They brought you up from NXT twice and fumbled you off the rip because of that whole fucking, that Roman shit that he did, and then obviously Edge. I think Finn Balor kind of needs this, and contrary to maybe what y'all feel, I think there's enough Finn Balor support to where I think he needs the feud, personally. I don't think Finn Balor can lose this feud and, like, basically still be important. And honestly, I think he needs to be.
We're looking at it at a Finn Balor POV. Now let's do devil's advocate and move to the Damian Priest POV. I'm the one that brought in Finn Balor. I am the original member of the Judgment Day. Now it is up to me to completely destroy what I helped create. And that's to take out Finn Balor. Right.
I get that POV. I agree.
So it's
here's the other factor.
The story leans more toward Damian, and he's about to become one of the hottest baby faces in the entire company.
But here's the other factor that I think we have to add in. Until they tell us something different on Monday, Finn, JD, and Dom are still together with Liv. Right. It ain't gotta be clean.
In the mix. We got Jey Uso in the mix.
Well, I think Jey Uso and Sammy are pretty much making their way to the bloodline. Personally, I'm not saying they can't help, but you have that.
Not right away. Later,
I think Finn Balor doesn't necessarily have to win super mega clean, because at the end of the day, he's still a heel, and I think it can protect Priest, but give Finn the feud win that he needs. That's how I feel. So,
I see. To me, this feud is just so set up for Damian to keep the momentum as a babyface, personally.
But I don't think I don't think Damian Priest loses momentum if he loses this feud. Because he's a fresh babyface. He's as long as, honestly, here's my thing. Is because Rhea Ripley's not winning her feud, right? She's not winning her feud. She's not getting that title back. So both of them, if they both lose their feud, it'll be fine.
We don't know that for sure.
No.
We don't know how it's gonna end, bro.
No.
They stretching out Rhea and Liv for a minute, bro.
I hear y'all.
Especially if Jey Uso and Rhea are together.
I think their blow-off match is gonna be. I think their blow-off match is gonna be at Bad Blood. I think we're getting a lot of payoff feuds at Bad Blood. That's why I think they're doing it. That's why I think there's like Blair Davenport and stuff. I think they need a women's match for War Games, and they don't want to stretch out this other one. So I don't think we're going to have payoff feuds at War Game. I think we're going to have them at Bad Blood. So I think Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley is going to be the payoff, but Rhea Ripley's not getting that title back. I think it would literally undo all the work that you did to finally make Liv be somewhat credible if Rhea Ripley just wins the feud and gets her title back.
Devil's advocate, wouldn't Finn beating Damian Priest in this feud undo all the work that you put in for Damian Priest to get him over as a babyface?
No, because one, they just started doing it. They've only been making Priest babyface for 3 weeks, so there's still a lot of steam left in it. And two, hey, we love heels that actually have a justification for why they do what they do. Damian Priest cost Finn Balor the world title at SummerSlam 2023.
Yeah.
And after he won that title, y'all remember Priest was talking real wild to these niggas, grabbing Finn Balor by the beard and shit. Like, was talking real wild to these niggas. If I'm Finn Balor, and then when Priest said, the Judgment Day needs me more than I need them. Like, Finn Balor would be justified in this. He's a heel, but he's a justified one.
Damian Priest is also justified because he didn't just grab Finn by his beard for nothing. He told Finn I need you to stay back because I want to prove I could beat Jey Uso. And Finn in the Judgment Day didn't give Damian Priest the opportunity to do that. That's why he was so hot.
Okay, so here's my
So
last.
he's justified on that account too.
So Lewis, I'm gonna keep it going with you, right?
Let's go.
So you,
she's
so
biased.
now,
Everybody is. That's what makes the best.
So now all of a sudden, you win the world championship and you don't need us when the past year that's all we were doing. Same plan. How you think Dom got North American title? How you think we got these tag titles? Now you don't need us. Now you're better than us. Now we're not good enough for you. Like I'm telling you, man, there's layers to this game. Like, look, if Damian Priest wins the feud, it's good. I'm not tripping. It's not a bad decision. I just think Finn Balor needs it more. I think he needs him. I think Priest is still fine because he just got to this baby face. And he just was world champion. So it's not like he's all of a sudden not going to be world championship material again. He'll be fine. I think Finn Balor needs it to like truly kind of get back to that point. Like, I think Finn Balor needs it. This is why I think they should have just gave him Money in the Bank. That's what I would have done. I would have given him Money in the Bank. Same story you told, same everything, but Finn Balor cashes in either in the middle or at the end, and Priest is the one obviously still getting paid.
I don't know. I feel like this is one of them feuds where you can tell off rip. It's going to be a great feud, but you can tell off rip who's going to win. Like, I don't see them having Priest lose his first. I don't see them making Priest lose his first babyface feud, man. His first real one.
But I would hear you if this wasn't going to be a blood feud that I think Finn Balor needs. Because I think the whole purpose of Finn Balor turning is to get him back to that point. Because technically, he's been playing second fiddle for a minute. Especially after
a couple years now.
Especially after that Demon Balor loss, he's been playing second fiddle pretty much the entire time. And I think this feud is designed to get Finn Balor back to that Prince, I'm that guy. That's what I think it's designed for. I think Priest is still going to be fine, though, because he just had a world championship run that I think a lot of people respect more now than they did during the time. But I think they respect it enough to where, Priest, you're a main eventer. You're not changing from that. You can win a mid-card title, but you're a main eventer in my eyes. Finn Balor, I think, needs this win of feud to kind of get back to that level.
I guess we'll wait and see what happens, bro. I mean, there's a lot of aspects. I just don't. Finn Balor's cooking.
You still in the same boat. You don't see it.
I don't see it, bro. I don't see it.
All right.
So you agree Damian winning the feud, right? It's clear that he's going to win the feud.
100%, yes. Damian Priest is a main event guy now, bro. He's going to stay at that level. So I don't see him.
You don't think Finn Balor can get back to that main event guy? Why not?
He could, but it just... I don't see it, bro.
If Finn Balor wins this feud, is he not back in the main event?
Not yet, not immediately. No,
he had to get up there. I mean, it would be a good start.
But if
it'll be a hell of a start. It'll be a hell of a start.
But if Damian Priest loses, y'all agree he's still a main eventer, right?
He kind of downgraded at that, bro.
You think if he loses this feud to Finn?
I mean, if you lose to Finn Balor, if
he losing a feud to Finn Balor, bro.
Oh my god!
In 2024, bro. It's not a good look for Damian Priest.
This isn't
coming off the world title, bro. He's coming off the world title, bro, and he's losing to Finn Balor in a feud.
Well, Finn Balor isn't.
That don't even sound realistic, bro. That don't even sound right.
All right, bro.
That don't even sound right.
Hey, when Finn Balor win the feud, I'll just be on the show and tell y'all I told you.
Man, it's gonna be terrible for sure.
It's not going to be terrible, man.
Terrible.
All right, bro. All right,
just like The Rock stealing that championship. Terrible.
No. It is not the same. It is not the same.
You can't have Damian Priest come off the world title to lose to somebody who hasn't been credible on the roster for how long? For how long, bro? Let's all bias aside, no fan aspect, bro. Priest is coming off being the world champion, and a surprising one at that for many people, because not many people even thought he'd even be the champion as long as he was.
And you protected him for a reason, because you wanted to keep him at that level,
or even reach the levels that he reached. And if
they really wanted to, they really could have had Gunther walk in there and beat
a guy who can't even win a match. He can't even win a match, and he losing to that guy. That don't look good. That don't look good, bro. It does not look good, bro. You can't justify that, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, Priest.
Yeah, losing the title, then losing your first high-end feud, and makes.
But wait, I'm not even saying Priest is gonna get swept. You can't even give Priest the first match win.
But you saying he loses the feud, bro? The feud.
I think he'll be fine. I think
because he can win.
No,
You
I
can
think Finn
protect
needs
Priest.
the first match more than anybody to set the tone.
I think that's
And
fine,
that's
but you can.
But to lose the
Priest.
feud, bro.
You can protect Priest in losing the feud. You can protect
Nah,
him. They do it all
not
the
this
time.
time.
Not to Finn Balor, bro. Not to Finn Balor.
Oh my gosh, bro. Yes, you can.
To Gunther,
Finn
cool. You know what I'm
Finn
saying?
Balor
The
is
Gunther,
cooked,
cool.
bro.
You know what I'm saying? The Gunther, cool.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
There's
bro.
different levels to
If
the
it was
game. And
CM
Finn
Punk,
Balor is not that
cool.
level anymore, bro. He's not that
Bro,
level.
so
If
y'all
CM
think so you think Damian Priest losing to Finn Balor would drop Damian Priest so far down to the point where he can't recover?
I think
It wouldn't drop him that far down, but it wouldn't be a good look for him, bro. He's losing to Finn Balor.
Bro, his
Finn
status
Balor!
right now.
Bro.
He hasn't
His
done
status,
anything, bro.
listen. His status right
a
now
lot of
is
guys who don't do
solidified.
nothing gotta win.
No, right
Go
now
ahead,
his
bro.
status right now is solidified main eventer. He loses this feud, high end mid Carter. That's a drop down.
Nah,
He's solidified.
I don't think
That's a
he's
drop
dropping,
down.
bro.
It's
You know what?
it's only a drop down because they haven't presented Finn Balor in a way to make him feel like he's at that level. It would be a good push for Finn Balor. That's a good start for him. But for Damian Priest to be coming off the world champion and then lose to a guy who hasn't done anything credible enough to make us believe that he can be at that level.
And I get you more if Finn Balor, let's just say Finn Balor does win this feud, and then Finn Balor the next week went and started feuding with Santos Escobar. Okay, I got it. Y'all got it. You're right. But Finn Balor would not just be staying in the mid card. Finn Balor winning this feud would reinsert him back into a main event, showing I'm on that level. So then when you look at it, Damian lost to a main event level guy who just reestablished himself there. It doesn't hurt him because he lost to a main event guy. That's why, like, for example, Gunther, we talked about
Finn
it
is not
like
a
a
main
couple
event
weeks ago.
guy.
He will be after he wins the. Well, I think he is, but nevertheless,
He's not right now,
objectively, no. Objectively, taking my bias out of it, he beats Damian Priest. He's back on that level. Damian Priest objectively doesn't lose anything because he lost to a guy.
Hold on. Finn Balor might as well be Shinsuke Nakamura because they ain't done nothing. What have they done? They've cooked. All they do is lose. They lose all their feuds, bro.
Finn Balor was not tagging with Rick Boogs. Chill, bro.
Hey,
Bro, Finn Balor, every tag
Chill,
team
bro,
match,
chill,
taking
bro,
the
chill,
pin to lose the tag titles, taking the pin for the Judgment Day.
Chill.
Even the big feud he needed to win when he was the Demon, he couldn't even beat an old Edge.
That was Vince McMahon.
It don't matter. It's not a good look for him, bro. He's cooked. It's over, bro. It's done. He couldn't beat Seth Rollins. He might as well be Shinsuke Nakamura because they get cooked.
Hey, Damian Priest was losing to Bad Bunny.
He did, but he had the money in the bank for a year, so they built him up with that money in the bank. He had it for a year. He had the money in the bank for a year, and he was winning.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, we're having hindsight 2020 now because y'all did not give a fuck about Damian Priest till he cashed in. Even when he had that money in the bank, y'all didn't believe in his build. Nothing, because I was defending him.
But they did it. But you know what? We didn't believe it, but they did it. They did it the right way. They did it the right way.
So why can't they do Finn Balor the right way?
Because they haven't shown that they cared enough to do it. At least Priest had the money in the bank, so they knew something was there for him.
No, because y'all thought he was gonna fail his cash in. So
that doesn't even matter, bro. That doesn't even care about us. We're talking about he had something in his resume. He had the money in the bank. So even if we didn't care, he still had something there to at least show. Well, he has that. Finn Balor has had nothing but tag titles. That's it. He has no money in the bank. No, nothing. He's had the tag titles. And when he was teaming up with Priest, that was the nigga that was getting beat. It wasn't even Priest. It was him. Finn Balor was the one getting beat.
I mean, that's always going to happen if there's a taller guy in the group.
Because he's Finn Balor, bro. That's what he is.
No, one of them got to sell. Damian Priest ain't going to be selling for no Finn Balor hot tag. I don't care what version of Finn Balor
That's why Finn Balor was there, bro. He was the back burner, bro.
Hold on.
He was the back burner.
Mo, there's logistics. Mo's being nasty. No, Mo, there's logistics. That was a different time then because Finn was legit built up in a way where if they were to go that route for him to beat Seth, nobody would have batted an eye. But this time around, he's not on Damian Priest's level. That's why it's so
So why can't y'all build him up to be on that level? I don't understand why
he would have to be built up, but he can't do it just by you can't have him beat Damian Priest, bro, in the first feud. He has to be built up before that.
No. I think you can.
Especially with Priest coming off being the world champion, bro.
How long do y'all see this feud going? Let me ask that question. How long do y'all think this feud is going?
Probably until
we're in August right now. Bad Blood is October 5th. It is August 4th right now. So
maybe War Game. Maybe they can stretch it out to Survivor Series if they wanted to. That could be the payoff.
That is Thanksgiving weekend. So we have October. No. damn near 4. You mean to tell me they can't build Finn Balor up enough to the point where him beating Damian Priest will not only elevate Finn but not hurt Damian? Especially because at the end of the day, Finn Balor does not have to win clean for him to get that feud. He can win by nefarious ways, especially if him, Dom, and Liv are still together. Because you know Rhea's gonna be in his corner. So if the Liv and Rhea feud is still going on simultaneously, right? Because again, I don't think Rhea's getting her title back. He doesn't have to win clean. So it'll protect Priest, but either way, we've seen heels all the time. They don't win clean. Liv Morgan just got elevated. You can elevate with non-clean wins, but because you're a heel and can get away with it. So if they do that, you can do both. You can protect Priest, keep him at the level, because at the end of the day, the feud is over. But Priest didn't. I mean, shit. Almost damn near the second half of Roman Reigns wins was nothing but nefarious means. That's why I said the second half. The first half he had some clean wins, but the second half, damn near all of them wins was nefarious. But hey,
I just don't.
Kevin Owens didn't lower
like
any.
That.
Kevin Owens didn't lower any. All these other guys didn't lower any. Whatever they were when they went.
But they were built. They were built up and used properly. Finn hasn't really been used properly for anybody really giving a fuck like that.
But I think that's why this feud can help start the building. Because I'm not saying Finn Balor's all.
But I don't think it should be at the expense of Damian Priest, especially when Damian
has the story. But Damian, it won't be at the expense. I promise y'all, there's a way where you can do both. Reestablish Finn at this level and still protect Damian Priest. I promise you there's a way. And let's be real, these crowds nowadays, they're a lot more patient. They're not willing to give up on stuff so quick. Damian Priest just became a babyface. They're not going to give up on him right away, and all of a sudden he's not viewed as a legit threat. Perfect example. If let's just say they had this feud, and then a couple months down the line after
Malik.
That's crazy.
Nakamura.
That's crazy.
There's just different aspects to it. Last year, you could say that Finn wasn't on Seth's level, but it was important because most of us saw like this is Finn's last opportunity. Like this is his last chance. Where if they do it now, we can accept that. Like it has like I said, when he kicked out of that coup de grace, bro, that sucked the life out of there. We were like, yeah, it's over, bro. It's done, bro. Like this, we felt like this was his last real opportunity to really grab that world title and do something with it. Plus, with Priest having that Money in the Bank still at that time, they could have done a little something with that too, right there. With Balor as the world champion, Priest as Money in the Bank. There's aspects they could have did with that if they had wanted to go in that aspect, in that direction, but they obviously chose a different route, so we didn't go there. But ever since then, Finn Balor, they haven't presented him the way
he's been a loser.
You want him to be presented, and maybe they could.
People talk about last year, like last year was like last week. No, a lot changes in a year. Last year, he was built up for months. He was built up for that feud, for that match at SummerSlam to the point where people like, okay, if that happens, it happens. But since then, he's been a fucking loser. Since that match specifically, he's been a fucking loser. So how do you expect me from a guy since the moment where he lost to Seth and has been doing nothing but losing is gonna come out here and beat a guy who just came off of being a world champion?
Okay, so this will be my last little devil's advocate because I know we've gone like 30 minutes over. This will be my last little devil's advocate, right? So you're saying how can a guy who's been a loser all of a sudden become world champion?
I agree he needs to be built up, but to this point, aside from him turning, I still don't see him as a guy that can just win the feud, not win a match. Win the feud over a guy like Priest, who's about to be one of the hottest baby faces in the entire company.
Okay, so here is where I am going to hit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Lewis, here is where I am going to hit you with a little devil's advocate because we talk about, hey, Damian Priest, he's now a solidified main eventer. Were any of his retains clean?
Who, Priest?
Were any of his retentions clean? None of them, right? No. But we're looking at him, but it hasn't hindered him enough because we're still looking at him. Yeah, you're a solidified main eventer now. Even with no clean wins, even with the botches, even though one of them wasn't his fault, or maybe not either of them, but for sure the kick out botch was crazy. But the other one wasn't his fault. Jey Uso needed help.
There's asterisks though. Hold on, a little bit of pushback. The way how they protected Damian Priest in that aspect, because every single feud He told them to stay put, and he told Jey Uso told Judgment Day, stay behind. I want to do this. Judgment Day still came out. They went against him. After that, it was Drew McIntyre. After that, it was Drew McIntyre. CM Punk came out. Judgment Day was banned. Protected Damian Priest, and then Seth Rollins gave him his word. Judgment Day not getting involved. CM Punk again. Like they found ways to protect Damian by making him look credible. And in those matches, he was putting on bangers. He was showing that he can hang. He is on that level.
I'm not disagreeing with you, right? I'm not disagreeing with you, but even with all that, what did they do in the midst of that? That's the point I was going to get to. In the midst of all that, they still made him look like he could hang. He wasn't like fighting for his life and he barely escaped. No, he was in the matches and doing good in them. The Drew one, the Seth Rollins, like all, because Seth Rollins was basically acting like I'm gonna run circles around you, and that wasn't the case. That is my point. You can do that to a different degree with Finn. Yes, has he been losing a lot? Yes, he has. But now you can do the whole, oh yeah, I'm reinvigorated. Like I got to get back to me. In order to get back to you, you got to win that first feud. Priest can be protected in a similar or a different, an alternate manner to where you can tell, hey, it was a back and forth match, but the only reason Finn lost was because Dominic Mysterio once again, or especially if they're going to stay together. If they're not going to stay together, Lewis, and they go their separate ways, I'm willing to I don't know how they're going to protect Priest as much. But if the combination of Liv, Dom, and Finn are still a unit, because obviously Rhea and Liv got to get their get back. I mean, Rhea's got to get her get back on Liv. If they are still a unit, because remember, Priest and Damian was going at it too during this whole Rhea thing where he was like, oh, you're starting to sound just like my dad. If Dom is the reason that cost it, Finn still gets the win. You protect Priest. He doesn't fall because he's protected. You won't fall if you lose off of shit that you can't control, basic in kayfabe. Like, it wouldn't be, it's not like Damian Priest just lost clean, got involved, chair shot, whatever the case. You can protect Priest. Finn Balor still gets that first feud win. And then you ride that, right? That's why I said give it a year. Because then you ride that. Obviously, he's not world championship material right now, but you give him some good wins, keep him on TV, do what you got to do. And then, hey, what's the best way to get him that title shot? King of the Ring. Because we've already, just based off this year alone, King of the Ring is back. They're going to have banger matches on Raw every week. And it really does. Honestly, I think it did the best wonders for Nia. Because even Nia Jax, all she did was lose the big matches before that tournament. She lost to Jade. She lost to Becky. I think she beat Liv, but like Liv was whatever at that point.
She also beat Becky too. That. She also beat Becky. She actually did have some.
She won the match but lost the feud. You're right, she did. Finn Balor, in a somewhat alternate sense, he doesn't have to win every match, but he's got to win some good feuds, even if it's not every single one. He can win some good feuds.
All right, so put him in a feud with Ilya.
That's great. You can
I don't think him and Damian gotta. My thing is, the way I'm looking at it, the way I'm perceiving it, is you want them to go into the feud right away and Finn gonna win right away.
No. I just want him to win the feud. I don't care if you stretch it out till Royal Rumble. I don't care if you stretch it out to Survivor Series. As long as Finn wins the feud, I don't care how you do. I mean, shit. We just talked about right now how y'all believe they can stretch out Seth Rollins and CM Punk to WrestleMania.
They can stretch it out to WrestleMania.
And so if y'all think they can do that, they should be able to stretch out, because this is still a blood feud. This is a story they've invested in for 2 years. They should be able to stretch out.
So you think at WrestleMania they give the win to Finn at WrestleMania over Damian?
If they send it to WrestleMania, that might be a different ballgame. In my mind, this wasn't happening at Mania. So if they send it to Mania, it might be a different ballgame.
Because to me, that's a WrestleMania blow-off match.
But hey, so if they send it to Mania, the only difference is that Priest's first like singles match?
Probably probably the first.
Yeah, I don't remember what he was doing before. Like other than Judgment Day stuff, I don't know what he did before.
He tag teamed with Bad Bunny at Mania. Yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of a little different, Lewis, because it's his first one. If you want to give the babyface I'm cool with that because WrestleMania is always like the way we view at the end of a season and then you start the new one. So that doesn't hurt Finn as much. A Mania loss doesn't hurt Finn as much, especially if it's Priest's first one. I'm thinking this is blowing off like a Bad Blood Survivor Series, all that. I think Finn needs to win. Mania, I can kind of get around it, but
I think it stretches to Mania. I think they want. I think Finn and Priest is a big money mid card match they can put at Mania. I mean, listen, Chad, we had
it's
fucking
not a
Jimmy
mid card match
Jay
though. We
Mania.
can't call. Hey, I mean,
it's gonna be a mid card match. It's gonna be a mid card match.
How if you're telling me they're stretching this till Mania
compared to the other compared to the other matches we got at Mania, gang?
Fine. If
I mean, Roman,
if you use the context compared to the other ones, yes. But if y'all are saying Damian Priest is a solidified main eventer and they're stretching this out to Mania, nothing in between there should drop him. So it should be a main event caliber match or feud rather.
It is a main event feud, but on WrestleMania because. With the
it is compared to the Roman and all that. Yes, that's fine.
It will be mid card. It will be mid card on the WrestleMania card.
It'll be in the middle of the show. It'll be in the middle of the show.
Yeah, but like if the feud that they're telling, it's capable. It's capable of being an opener or an ender, but because you have Roman, Brock, and Cody. Yeah,
but typically WrestleMania. But typically for Manias, they usually like to do like. The women's title match as the opener or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. We know how they like structure and stuff, but like, because like if you look at like Mania matches, like, what's it called? Like Gunther, Sami Zayn it had the mid card title, but I didn't feel
that's
that
a main event match.
Yeah, like I didn't feel like that was a mid card match, even though it had the mid card title. I feel like Finn and Damian can be for the same thing. They are a main event match just in the mid card because
that's what I perceived it as.
Yeah.
That's what I perceived it as. It's a main of that match right there. If it's on any B show, that has an argument to main event. But when we look at WrestleMania, it's a main event feud, but it's on the mid card of WrestleMania.
That's just blowing off at Mania. So
yeah.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and end off here. We can always dive more into conversations like this for future episodes.
You don't believe Malik Pinske knocking Balor?
Nah, they got to show me more Finn Balor, bro. He's
but they don't have to show you more Omos? They don't have to show you more Omos?
No. Omos is the greatest of all time, bro. He can do what he wants, bro. He can do what he wants.
What they got to show you more of Omos?
He's the greatest of all time. You can do what you want, bro.
He reads comics, watches anime.
Yeah.
So you got Cena and Omos in the match. Who you got? Cena and Omos going at it. Who you got? Cena and Omos going at it. Who you got?
I mean, if it's peak Cena, then peak Cena for sure. I mean, John Cena is peak.
It don't even got to be peak. 2016 Cena.
2016 Cena, Omos. Cena was losing. Cena was losing in 2016, bro.
Did he not beat AJ Styles in 2016?
So 17.
Once? No. I mean, actually,
it was the Rumble. It was the Rumble early 17. I was looking at it like 16 to Mania.
For 2 weeks, I lost to Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, he had it for 2 weeks. He lost it to Bray Wyatt, so.
Hey man,
lost to
Bray
Wyatt.
Lost to Roman Reigns. That year too.
Cena didn't even make it to the final. He didn't make it to the final 3. AJ eliminated him.
No, he was the final 3. He was the final 3.
He was the
Bray Wyatt eliminated. Bray Wyatt eliminated him, and that's when Bray and AJ in the final 2.
Yes,
yeah, Roman. I mean, John Cena that year was losing to Roman Reigns after he cooked him on the mic.
It's tough. It's tough in the position you're in right now because I believe as of right now, Bo Dallas has a better chance of being a main eventer before Finn right now.
That's so nasty. I'm just keeping it a lot of logistics.
Malik, back me up. Malik, back me up, bro.
Okay,
Malik, back me up, bro.
The way they're presenting the presentations of what we got right now, yeah.
Of course, like that's what I'm saying. That's a little nasty because, like, yeah, old boy just got here. Uncle Howdy just got here, so he ain't had the chance to be put in stupid feuds and lose yet. Like he just got here, so yeah.
Hey, at this rate, I think Jey Uso wins the world title.
No! Stop it! Jey Uso, I'm not hearing because the same arguments y'all using for Finn.
Hey, Jey Uso's a loser
for
Jey
too,
Uso.
bro.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that for Jey. I don't want to hear that.
They both could.
Yeah, I can hear you for. They
both could. The only difference is is that the fans they're not gonna turn on Jay though. They rock with Jay Uso, so no matter what he
You know
says.
who's
Well,
not
Finn-
cooked?
Finn Balor's a heel.
You know who's not cooked? The better Uso,
Even
Jimmy
before.
Uso, bro. He not cooked, bro. Jimmy Uso not cooked, bro. Yes, sir, bro.
Jimmy Uso chilling,
Better
bro.
Uso.
Jimmy Uso chilling. So, all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and head off here. Appreciate you guys for coming through. We'll be back next week. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button to the pod to be on the lookout for more episodes for the Spotify. Make sure you guys also like that and subscribe as well. So hope you guys enjoyed SummerSlam, and then we'll see what the future holds, man. There's a lot of different aspects that can go with the future right now.